to do a cheers to the Sobeys Safeway Liquor Beer that we podcast.
We ride again.
I love you guys.
Careful, that cake's hot.
Check-in, come on, let's go. It's the AM Nasty Big Hello. It's not static, AM radio. It's the Play Alpha Nielson Show. Let's go. Those Macromala intros are cutting like a knife. Hey, it's Mitch texting in. He's your dealer for life. Let's crack at 6 o'clock. I'm logging with some sirloin bites.
Hey.
Hello?
Hello?
Hey, good to
Hello.
Yeah, I hear you. Coming along good. Great morning to you, and welcome back to another tantalizing Friday installment of the Nielson Show here on Edmonton Sports Talk. Of course,
So brave.
EST presented by Play Alberta. Dusty hitting last night. He, of course, not here on the call tonight. CFL getting underway again this week. Doubleheader. Elks playing for their playoff lives tonight. Nielson Show, as always, is well presented to you by Chris Johnston. And as promised, Wil Fraser in the seat.
Brave. You, my friend, are the bravest man I know. You're walking in here wounded, physically harmed, and emotionally damaged.
Always emotionally damaged. Wil Fraser. Dave Jamieson was supposed to be in. We've switched. Dave didn't pull the Max Scherzer when we told him, hey, you're going to have to, come out. He said, okay.
Yeah.
He didn't necessarily yell back at Matthew Iwanek and say,
you made the approach
me
to the mound. He said, thank God.
Yeah, thank God I'm out of here. So Wil Fraser joins us, Lieutenant Eric, obviously, and YouTube Trev here. He'll be keeping you up to date on sports and keeping us on the air. But good morning. We are in the eye of the hurricane for sports right now.
Wow.
Last night, heading into tonight, we have lots to discuss, lots to break down, both in a positive and negative manner. And we will get to it all in this next 3 hours here on the Nielson Show. Hour one of the program brought to you by Ewell, your power play specialists. Ewell has the gear you need for your next electrical project with 3 Edmonton area locations. You can order online anytime at ewell.ca, your Edmonton-based partner in power and source for all things electrical. And of course, you can get at us anytime. We are on the iHeartRadio app, the TuneIn Radio app, the source, EdmontonSportsTalk.com. The YouTube is alive. We are humming on there. Give us a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Nasty Chat is going like wildfire. And of course, 95.7 Cruise FM. Thanks again for coming in
My
a
pleasure.
pinch. You are always waiting by the phone. Your next call up, you just...
Well, we all are nowadays. It's the thing about a cell phone.
Your wife obviously having some time off as well due to this, so you guys are just kind of loafing around nowadays.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Nothing else to,
Yeah.
I haven't talked to you, feels like, for 3 weeks now.
Yeah. We have a perpetual lawn sale right now. Yeah.
Is that right?
That's just what we do.
Moving a lot of
buy
heavy...
buy and sell.
Heavy machinery.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
We'll get to, obviously, last night in the major leagues, I guess, much to my chagrin.
Listen, at least it's a series now. Best of 3, baby.
No, I'm loving it, but I think you brought up a good point, too, that we haven't really watched any of these late in, too. You could say, 7th inning, I'm out of here. You do the stretch, you stretch, and you get up to go to bed.
Yeah, we are 4 games into the ALCS. Not a single game has been in the balance. And if you're a Jays fan, not a single game this playoffs has been in the balance.
That's a good point, too. Have your say, 780-218-9999. It is the Paris Jewelers inbox. Of course, Paris Jewelers, that is your key. You can shop a huge selection of engagement rings, wedding bands, all on sale. Visit them in-store, West Edmonton Mall, Kingsway, Londonderry, Sherwood Park, St. Albert Center, or on the internet, parisjewelers.com, Canadian family-owned. Of course, we'll be taking the best text and awarding you the Royal Pizza Text of the Day. Royal Pizza still making it great. We had a staff meeting the other night. Will doesn't get invited to the staff meetings. Of course, you are casual help. So we had a staff meeting. Dustin had the idea of let's get Royal Pizza to cater the meeting. He ordered 2 large pizzas and 3 medium-sized.
Okay. Why the discrepancy?
Great question. I don't know. Why couldn't you just all order large? The point was that we all kind of had one helping of 2 to 3.
Yeah.
And then there was none left over. So he kind of took it on the chin yesterday. You know how I said, you didn't do anything wrong. It's just, there's nothing wrong with leftover pizza. But just, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it tells me he doesn't know himself.
We finished.
At this point in his life, he should know himself, shouldn't he?
We finished that night, whereas the next day there should be.
Yeah, there should be something in the fridge.
He didn't do anything wrong, but he just, so I just wondered, I was just going to say.
He maybe just ordered 2 fish, to get the leftovers, you need to have something with olives on it or something like that, right? You need to have the clear second choice for everyone.
It was the company card, so you could really do whatever you wanted. So I just don't really get it. But anyways, Royal Pizza, you could be going there and you can order whatever the hell you want. $20 to Royal Pizza.
Heavy rests the crown.
55 years in service, top
Isn't that what
notch.
they say?
Yeah, www.royalpizza.ca or visit one of their 14 locations in the Edmonton area. And of course, we're coming to you live from Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen
put
Studio.
The crown on your head and you're supposed to guess what you're getting for Christmas.
Something like that. 3 pieces of chicken, $8 right now, www.popeyeschicken.ca. Okay, where do you want to start? Oilers, of course. Another
Bo Horvat.
stinker.
Wow.
Whoa, former Canuck.
Whoa. Where's he been? Am I right?
Trev, Oilers. No. Let's go. You got to. We've been waiting all summer long for the return of hockey, and we're going to be waiting all winter long for playoff hockey.
Mm-hmm. Oilers,
you and I
Oilers still on pace for a 101-point season.
You were here last year. Dusty got sick around this time when we were discussing the playoffs or not playoffs.
Yeah,
this is
right.
You're back. Welcome back.
Yeah, I remember. I do remember that. I remember this town being like
same thing.
I don't know.
Same time. Yeah.
I don't know. Come on.
A month. It was a month. Dusty was out for a month.
He was.
Yes, he was.
Jeez.
But the same question arises: playoff team
It's obviously a playoff team.
Obviously.
But man,
I don't know if they play like this.
Frustrating to watch. Last night's game.
Away games don't count.
Away games don't count, man.
You'll get the gate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was tough. It was tough to watch. I didn't want to watch it. I actually had the double screens going watching Jays and Oilers, but man, it was sure easy to just switch my eyes over to the Jays game. I mean, it was brutal. It was brutal.
Do they need to make
pathetic.
a trade already?
No, they're not going to. But man, it was an embarrassing performance from the higher ups, from McDavid.
You're blaming management?
Like on the lineup, like McDavid and then Bush, and then honestly, their best players.
McDavid being a -3 is a problem for you?
It was tough, man. That was tough. I will say this to all the nasties listening. Obviously, Dusty is away. He will not be on the Oil Stream today. It'll be Tom Gazzola and YouTube Trev. So
hey, what a good episode to have.
Yeah,
on a Friday afternoon. Yeah,
it's as if a team full of veterans coming off of a win against the Rangers were given carte blanche in a city like New York, and maybe it took its toll.
Are you saying that?
Just gonna throw that out there that
sometime
there might be more than hockey when it comes to reasons why wins and losses happen,
or after the Rangers game, that there could have been a night out for some prime rib.
Right.
What is it? Morton's?
Yeah, Mort's. Yeah.
Sure, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, it's New York, right? It's Belmont. Belmont, baby.
No one was having just the soup.
But probably should have.
Yeah.
Look, I'm with you. We don't need to spend too much time on this.
We're not going to.
Well, what?
Next.
Wow.
Part of the Oilers over there doesn't want to go deep on.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's just we flip and flop. Now he's got a Blue Jays jersey on. Now it's 2-2, and now we're all Blue Jays fans again. We're all Jays fans again. We're all Jays fans again. It's great. It's great.
I found it. I moved. I looked for hours to find this yesterday. So
just admit.
Dust it off. This is a classic.
No, they were done after 2-0. Everybody, they're done.
Jays
They're
go
done.
down.
I didn't say
Jays
that.
go down 3-1 with a loss last night. You're not wearing that in, are you?
Well, I found it yesterday, so I probably would have.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
All right.
The Oilers will visit the Devils tomorrow afternoon, back-to-back Sunday afternoon in Detroit, 1 o'clock as well. So a pair of they love the matinees, especially out east. So we'll walk
And
into
we
that.
hockey fans love them as well.
Oh God, it's just especially when there's football on at this time of year.
Yeah.
There's nothing I like more than a hockey matinee. So we'll move on. We'll get to the morning after show at around 6:30. We'll talk a little NHL with Chris Johnston at 7, and then that's it. I promise. No more. We don't need to talk Oilers. Trev will keep you going there on the Oil Stream later today with Tommy. That'll be a great.
It'll be a good one. Yeah. I mean,
Sure.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
At least there's something to talk about. There's more than enough
game
to talk about.
Yes. Yeah.
So we can preview tomorrow's game. We'll recap, obviously.
There's a lot to talk about, but you don't want to talk about it now.
Well, no, we can talk about it. It's fresh, man, and
It hurts.
it's annoying.
Cuts deep.
It's annoying, man. Like being a fan of the team, it is annoying. Like
Why? They win, man.
I know,
3
but
straight Western Conference
regular,
finals, 2
like, as
straight
far-
Stanley
Did you
Cup
see
finals.
last night? Did you watch last night?
regular season team, they are just so they don't bring it, Will. They don't bring it, and they never will.
You
They
don't want them to.
And see, and that's the thing. They know what they're capable of,
Yeah.
and that's why it's just frustrating because they save it. But elsewhere, I'm watching McKinnon and Makar and Natchez just dangle and just look unreal. Because
They're October hockey players, man.
I mean, they won the cup though. They did.
Yeah, how long ago?
Like 4 years ago. Still
More?
4 or 5, 2021, I think. But still,
Doesn't count.
It's a fun team to watch. The Oilers are not.
COVID Cups don't count.
And what's annoying, the thing.
Why do you want to keep talking about this?
Well, you said you don't want to talk about this now.
Why do you want to keep
said I
talking about
will.
the Oilers? I thought we were off of this.
Just lastly, it's just the thing that's most
finish.
annoying is what they were able to do against Vancouver. And you're like, holy crap. And you're just, oh, this is going to be a fun season. 2 games later.
You were honestly holy crap about that?
That was a great game.
Yeah,
that
no,
was
but
complete.
But there's absolutely nothing surprising. That's what you're actually. That's what the problem is. They used to be lovable losers
Not this
that you
year.
just wanted to believe in, and now they're the San Jose Sharks.
Crazy.
From
I thought
from
this
10
year
years
was
ago.
different.
Yeah.
Okay. It's not though, apparently. 4 games in, it's not different. They still suck in the
5.
regular season.
Isn't it 5? No, it's 4. You're right.
It's brutal.
Playoff team or not? Maybe put a poll up on the YouTube chat. We'll see what people have
I
to
will
say.
do that.
Dude, why not? I don't care. We're having fun. It's Friday. Come on. Sticking with sports here, the NFL. It was an old man's night, really. Not for Evan Bouchard, but for the rest.
Right.
Your Flacco's, your Rodgerses, your Scherzers, and we'll get to Scherzer. But week 7 in the NFL, Bengals, if you picked them on our Sully Sports Bar and Lounge, Central Casino, pick them yesterday, 5.5. They did cover, and they did win outright. So congratulations, whoever picked the Bengals yesterday. You'll go into the tub. I'll pick one of you and give you a phone call after today's show. But Flacco, 3 touchdowns. Fans in Cincinnati chanting, "Thank you, Cleveland." It doesn't really stop for the Browns, does it? You can't win with anything in life. Whether it's a decision, whether you acquire somebody, whether it's you get rid of somebody, it continues on.
How do you trade him in state though?
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
it's a tough look. Cleveland radio should be lit this morning, as it usually is, I guess. But Bengals 33, Steelers 31. Week 7 will continue Sunday
He's the
morning.
Randy Travis of the NFL.
Yes. I'm going to love you forever and ever.
No, from WKRP.
Oh.
He was sent to
I'm
Cincinnati.
thinking of the country music.
He's going to turn that team around.
Yeah, sure. Why not? Yeah. I don't think he will, but I mean, the Steelers are still in a good spot. But nonetheless, 2 quarterbacks combining for an age over 80 last night on your Thursday nighter, which was, they put up. It wasn't bad. 4 touchdowns for Rodgers, 3 for Flacco. I mean,
come on. They almost, 64 points?
I loved it. Yeah. We'll break that down and more of the Week 7 slate with Mike Garafolo. He joins us at around 7:45. He will be our NFL analyst. Chris Johnston, as mentioned, 7:05. Those are our guests for today. We got Sobeys and Safeway Liquor Beer of the Week coming up at 8:30 as well. We'll be joined in studio. I do believe 88 Brewing. We've had them in. We've had them in before. Michael Evans. He will be in joining us.
Beer.
Solid Gold Amber Lager. That's what we'll be sampling today for Sobeys Safeway Liquor Beer of the Week. And, of course, your chance at $50 to Sobeys and Safeway Liquor on the way at that time. What else? Oh, yeah, the baseball game last night. Brewers-Dodgers. That series seems to be in the books, hey? Would you not say? I mean,
she's all but ready to have a bow put on her. Hey?
What are you going to do? The Brewers
get some hits. That's what you're going to do.
Imagine being a Milwaukee fan for having a season like they did, leading the majors in wins. You had all those streaks.
Reminiscent of your Mariners from years ago, hey?
Sure.
Yeah.
100 and some wins in the 2001. But then you run into this team that, have to take care of the Reds in the wild card. It's funny how they started out where they were.
A Dodgers team that had a very Oilers-like regular season.
You see the similarity there. Yeah.
Where they're just kind of like, let's just get to the point.
Oh, we're in?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
That's enough. We'll put it back in second gear. So Dodgers 3-1 over the Brewers, 3-0 series lead. That should be wrapping up later today, I guess you could say. I do believe they have the early game today, as it's another doubleheader. Brewers Dodgers. Today 6:38. It's Jays and Mariners. That'll be 4:08 from Seattle. That series now tied at 2.
And coming back to Toronto.
And the Jays bats are alive. Well, yeah, but I think I like this 2-3-2 system.
I've always liked it. Yeah.
I did say before these 2 Jays wins, the Mariners do need one at home, just one. Mm-hmm. Then you need one out of the 2 in Toronto. I mean, that's kind of. But the way the Jays are playing right now, you can't argue with the vibes. And Scherzer coming and performing last night the way he did, pleasant surprise. Yep. The bats waking up in a place where traditionally you wouldn't think that bats would wake up. Not a hitter-friendly
ballpark.
No. So I mean, all of these things are pointing go for Toronto right now.
You hope,
but. They dropped the 2 at home, so who's to say? Like, it's kind of all up in the air. Like, I don't know how you...
It's a road series, right?
Yeah. So, I don't know who's favorite. I guess the Jays have 2 at home and the Mariners have 1 at home, so you can say it's in the Mariners' favor, I guess. But
sure.
No, I fail to... How does that even work? What is the advantage there that you're pulling from any of that? The Mariners played those 2 games against Detroit, extra innings. They fly cross country, delayed flight.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, oh, they're going to be, and then they pop off.
Yeah.
Like, how does this
all... So the first game of the series, you could say that was rust on the Jays' part.
Yes.
Because they were waiting around.
Yes.
And I think they partied pretty hard after beating the Yankees.
They were swearing.
So there was an emotional sort of letdown. And then on the flip side, you have the Mariners coming off of a 15-inning marathon having all the wind at their back. And so they kind of jumped on the Jays and then carried that into a game 2 where I think the Jays were a little shell-shocked after what happened to them. And then the very same thing has now flipped in this series where that day off took all the momentum out of the Mariners and gave the Jays a chance to reset. That and Vladdy Guerrero is just...
Well, he needed to.
He is having the playoff of a lifetime.
Not early on in this series, which was...
No, but
and then
like
nobody
when you
was,
combine what he did against New York and now what he's done in the last 2 games.
And you need him to be on. I mean, that's kind of the leadoff guy.
He goes 4 for 4 in their first win and then continues with another home run last night, his 5th of the postseason. You have expectations when you have a guy who's paid like a superstar. You have expectations that he should be a superstar. But this, it's crazy to say this about a $500 million baseball player. He is exceeding expectations.
We'll have more on the baseball. Of course, that's going to dominate discussion through the show today. We will get to the Oilers a bit and a little bit of NFL, as mentioned, 7:45. Do want to mention, of course, Dustin Nielson not here. He'll have the call. A very important night for him out in BC. It's the Lions and the Elks, 8:30 kickoff from Vancouver. Of course, Dusty, 8 points down in his Kerfloat CFL Fantasy Final tonight.
Okay.
He's got a lot of pieces in play today, so it'll be an emotional call for Dustin. Of course, the Elks playing for their season as well. They've been in the playoffs here for the past 3 or 4 weeks, so we'll see if they can keep it going. They need a little help as well. Of course, Riders and Bombers, the early one from Winnipeg, 6 o'clock kickoff there. So doubleheader on your week 20 in the Canadian Football League, and Machine Gun Kelly announced as your halftime performer. Maybe more on that during 3 Questions Too Many. Want to get to a quick conch here? A lot of people requesting it.
Yes.
Andrea.
Yes. Sorry.
Yes. Andrea says, hey, can I get a conch for Jason winning the chili cook-off? Box Pounder says, conch for Jason and Andrea winning the chili competition. Congrats. And he gives them 5 chili emojis.
Yes.
Yes. Jason and Andrea. Andrea, very nice of you for saying it's Jason. We'll conch the 2 of you. Congratulations for winning the 2025 chili cook-off.
Didn't get to try their chili this year as I was away for Thanksgiving.
Okay.
But I imagine there was some sort of smoked meat in that bad boy.
Yes. Jason loves the smoked meats.
He does love smoking his meat.
And I'm sure that, and congratulations to all the other competitors as well. I know it's a big event down there at the tailgate. Hopefully everybody had fun. Hopefully everybody got their fill. And good for Jason and Andrea for taking home the prize. Congratulations. Once again, opening hour brought to you by Ewell, your partner in power play specialists. Gear you need for your next electrical project. 3 Edmonton area locations. Ewell.ca is where you can go online. And coming up, we'll be breaking down the Oilers' loss to the... We have to do it. We're going to go... It's a sponsored segment. We have things to take care of here.
We have to do it.
We will go through the exercise, as painful as it is.
I want to do it.
Who your 38th star will be.
Okay.
Take a wild guess there. I mean, all the other things. A bright light as well. If you could.
Connor McDavid. No wonder he took a discount if he's playing like that. Am I right?
First day sports update here, and it's presented by Paramount Flooring. Looking for quality flooring? Visit Paramount Flooring's spacious, family-friendly showroom. Open 7 days a week. You can now save on pet-friendly shock carpet with spill-proof lifeguard technology. This sale goes until November 17th. You can call 780-483-1991. You mention EST and you get 10% off. Trev's got an update. We'll be back breaking down the Oilers. It's Lieutenant Eric, Wil Fraser in for Dustin Nielson here on the Nielson Show, presented by Chris Johnston.
The Edmonton Oilers fall last night by the score of 4-2, all thanks to the New York Islanders. The Oilers will continue their road trip on Saturday with the matinee matchup against the New Jersey Devils. That one gets underway at 1:30. Tune in to the GCL Diesel pre- and post-game shows, this time with Hernan Salas, Joaquin Gage, and Benny Thompson. Coverage begins at 12:30. Elsewhere in the NHL last night, the Senators edged the Kraken 4-3. The Canadiens get the job done against the Predators 3-2 in overtime. The Jets all over the Flyers 5-2. The Leafs double up on the Rangers 2-1, and the Canucks get by the Stars 5-3. Just 4 games that dot the schedule tonight in the NHL. Last night in the majors, the Blue Jays take Game 4 by the score of 8-2. Max Scherzer threw for 6 innings, allowing only 3 hits and added 5 strikeouts in what was his longest postseason outing since 2021. The Jays hit the mound once again today for Game 5. Kevin Gausman gets the start for the Blue Jays, while the Mariners counter with Bryce Miller first pitch at 4:08. As for the Dodgers, they could advance to the World Series after a 3-1 win from last night. Game 4 of that series goes tonight, first pitch at 6:38. And to the NFL, the Cincinnati Bengals do hold on with a victory last night over the Steelers. 33-31 is the score. Joe Flacco threw for 342 yards, good enough for 3 touchdowns. The Bengals now improve to 3-4 on the season, while the Steelers fall to 4-2. Week 7 action continues this Sunday. 2 games tip off CFL Week 20 today as the Saskatchewan Roughriders welcome in the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. Kickoff for this one at 6 with Dustin Nielson on the call, and later in the evening, the Edmonton Elks head west to take on the BC Lions. They look to keep their playoff hopes alive. Be sure to tune in to the Green and Gold Kickoff Show. Coverage begins at 7 with Maddie and Milne. Game time at 8. And back to hockey, the Edmonton Oil Kings look to improve on their 8-2 record when they hit the road for 2 games this weekend, starting with a bout against the Prince Albert Raiders tomorrow. Puck drop at 7, and the Golden Bears welcome in UBC tonight at the Claire Drake Arena. This one gets going at 7 o'clock. This sports update is brought to you by Paramount Flooring. Looking for quality flooring? Visit Paramount Flooring's spacious, family-friendly showroom, open 7 days a week. Save now on pet-friendly Shaw carpet with the spill-proof lifeguard technology, on sale until November 17th. Call 780-483-1991 and mention EST for 10% off. I'm YouTube Trev. You're up to date.
over 10 minutes. That is Confusion, New Order. And you'll recognize that from the Wesley Snipes Blade soundtrack. Of course, keeping with a bit of a spooktacular Halloween theme here with the vampires and, you know, killing them. I thought that would be apt to start the show.
I'm old enough to remember being a young kid watching that, thinking it was cool, watching them cut down a whole bunch of vampires.
Yeah.
And then slowly but surely drifting to being really bummed out that he was such a drag on what looked like a really good party.
New Order, Confusion, the Bloodbath remix, if you're looking to get that one.
Bummer, Blades here.
Bumpin' track, though, hey? Bumpin' track.
Yeah.
Bumpin' track.
We were all having such a good time.
6:35, Lieutenant Eric Nielsen Show. Wil Fraser in for Dustin Nielsen. Of course, as you heard, YouTube Trev, he'll have the call Week 20 in the CFL tonight. Doubleheader, Riders and Bombers, Elks in BC. That's an 8:30 kickoff. Maddie and Milne, Green and Gold kickoff show at 7:30 here on EST. You want to get to a few texts here before the morning after show. Fraser has Buck Martinez flow. Go Jays go. Marty McFly from Red Deer. And Red says, Red's loving the dance party Friday, and people are continuing to congratulate Jason and Andrea. But boys, put on your hazmat suits and let's climb into the tank. Oilers, Islanders, morning after show. The Prolux Lighting morning after show. Simplifying lighting with service you can count on. Covering all of Alberta. Visit Prolux, that's with an X, .com.
Yeah. Yeah.
Come on. Jump up in the play, Trev. We have to. We got to do it. Your EST big moment that happened from last night's game. 4-2. Empty net goal. Horvat hat trick, obviously. Leaving it till late. Scoring on the power play, early on that power play, 15-14 into the third. On a snapshot there, Schaefer with the assist. Hey, Tomaszek got an assist. Hey, that's second. That's a bright light. Dreisaitl's third. Nugent Hopkins got his second of the season.
That's nice. Very happy.
Are you, though?
No.
No.
Big moment from last night's game?
Yes.
From an Oilers perspective?
Just big moment. Anything you could. The anthem was. Listen to that on the way down.
The anthem was really good.
Listen to that on the way down. It was bumping.
Yeah, she crushed it.
Yeah.
I mean, big moment. Jeez,
Pig moment. That sounds more
not even
accurate.
joking.
Hey-o.
I can't think of any. Like, I'll say that. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, Stuart Skinner, I thought he played fine, but that's not really a big moment.
No, but you're not hanging this on on him.
No, not at all.
You know what? I'm very proud of everyone this morning as we're not kind of rushing to
There's
that.
no Skinner hate, and there shouldn't be.
You should be very proud of
Big
yourself.
save, Dave.
He isn't.
Yeah, easy now. No, he isn't, but I mean, losses happen.
I mean, big moment would probably be Trent Frederick. He took the penalty there.
Yeah, which led to
that was the goal that won it for them. They struck out on all their other power plays. The Oilers PK for the most part looked good, but you're playing with fire, and just as like you're 200 feet away from your net, just a dumb penalty to take. So yeah, that was a big moment. It ultimately cost the Oilers the game.
Super stat of the night, and I'm blinking and I'm looking hard, and I feel like I'm reading the wrong game log. 2 giveaways for Evan Bouchard.
Felt like more.
I think he had 5.
Felt like
through
more.
the first half of the opening period,
Dude,
and I want to go to another moment as well. I believe it was the first goal where he tried to deke out of his own zone.
He tried to toe drag
It was
Barzell.
so nonchalant.
Oh man!
And then he shook his head on the bench, and you're just like, oh boy. You could maybe the big moment was him stepping on a -3 last night for old Evan. But hey, you don't have him for October; you have him for the springtime, right?
Sure.
That's
Just got to keep reminding yourself that.
Yep.
No, it is tough.
Any other stats jumping off the page for you? 780-218-9999 or in the nasty chat. No morning after show losing song. It's not even a losing song. It's not a bad song. It's just played when they lose. And that's okay. But we're not going to do it. We don't feel like last night's effort requires any songs of that nature.
No.
4th star of the evening, of course, the Islanders sweeping the 3 stars. Bo Horvat, your boy.
Yeah, Big Bo.
Big Dave, too, as well.
Yeah,
Star number
big
2.
save, Dave.
And Barzell, who picked clean Evan Bouchard.
Look good.
Off that opener. Boys, if you could pick an Oiler for 4th star.
Pick an Oiler for.
I do. There's 2 picks for me.
Yeah,
2. There's Warren 5.
Actually.
He is the perennial 4th star in my books. It's Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. I think you could probably name him any night he's not a 3rd star. You can probably name him the 4th star of a hockey game. So I'll go with RNH.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought Nuge looked. He was decent last night. I'd give it to Skinner. I kind of touched on it. I think he was probably the Oilers' best player. Again, 2 nights in a row where he was really the only one that
early on he
showed up.
A couple of really good.
He did.
Yeah.
And he made saves throughout the whole game. He gave them a chance to win.
He's one of the few guys still playing for a job, though.
Yeah, fair enough. And it shows. And
which is good. Yeah, I mean,
if you're getting that from Skinner, 80% of the games, sign me up, man. Sign me up.
21 saves on 24 shots faced, 875 save percentage. But again, it's not a night that you can kind of really hang on him as again, the Bouchard and all that. But again, this isn't a game where And I mean, I jest, but yeah, we can file 13 this, and you can say in the spring, 2 points in October mean just as much as 2 points. I get that, but again, this is a team that have sights set on something else, and a night in Belmont isn't going to change that, nor should it.
This is a dad post game, right? This is I'm not upset, I'm just disappointed,
and that's okay.
Yeah,
there will be flashes of disappointment during the season. There'll probably be a stretch of games where maybe we are in it right now, where they have more L's than W's, but so what? Your Prolex bright light last night, and I'm going to go to Kulak and Emberson on that. The only defenseman with a +1. I think if you're looking at a game where, and I know Nuge got the goal, Draisaitl got a goal. The top guys usually show up and play. But I'll give it to Kulak and Emberson. +1. Emberson got an assist as well. Not too bad. One giveaway between the two of them. Again, if you're counting the statistician down in Belmont, 2 giveaways for Bouchard. I find that there must be a typo.
That's ridiculous.
They must have meant to write a 7 and then added a tail on it. Oh, it's a 2. There's no way. He had 5.
Yeah,
the first 10 minutes.
That's one stats I feel like it's always it's not
subjective.
accurate.
Yeah,
it's never is.
And maybe 17 giveaways for the Oilers, 12 for the Islanders, 5 takeaways each. Islanders out-hit them 18-7 as well.
Yeah, but this is not a team that hits, right?
No, I know, but I'm just saying.
The Oilers are going to be out-hit just
when you're
about
talking
every time
stats and especially away stats in certain rinks.
There isn't really a stat that jumps out and tells a major story. In this
just about it, but okay, and I'm going to get serious here for a second.
All right.
The effort we saw Tuesday night against the Rangers, in which Stuart Skinner won them that game, wasn't really there. You play that one 9 times out of 10, play it back, and the Rangers are probably the winometer. We had all the stats on winometer. Rangers probably win it. So, I mean, again, we're not concerned about this time of the season. However, I don't think last night was so much a blip as it was a continuation from Tuesday night's effort as well. And maybe you can say, well, it's an Eastern road trip again, a night out at Morton's.
Sure.
Or a late morning at Morton's or whatever it is.
also picked up their first win of the year, right? So you also
they needed it. They were the only team.
More desperate hockey team.
Paddy Waugh needed it. The Islanders needed it. We are now without a winless team in the National Hockey League. So congratulations to the Islanders. They can raise their banner, and we move on. That's the morning after show. Have we sussed it out? Have we lanced the boil?
Yeah, I think that we pretty well got everything off there. Yeah.
You. Lance the Boyle.
Yeah. No, yeah.
Gross.
Burger Lure says 4th star Savoy drew 2 penalties effective on the PK.
Okay. Yeah,
I'll see you there as well. Bonnie Doon Rod's got a confession. We avoided the Oiler game and watched the baseball game instead. Yeah, no.
Yeah,
and I want to congratulations to everybody showing up at Sully Sports Bar and Lounge, Central Casino Full Road. Yeah. A very carnival atmosphere last night. I want to give a shout out. The Pickle Boys were there. Jay Jocelyn, of course, as always, and I don't want to miss anyone. The Combine crew minus 2 Suns were out last night.
Well,
Big
Harvest
Uke
must be in by now.
Oh, it's in the bin. Yeah, they're
nice.
living life.
Or the bag in the field or wherever they're storing it.
Sticky Rice, Norm, and Garen, I do believe. Tube Socks, Big Uke. Jasmine showed up. No way. Yeah.
Jasmine showed
up in an area of town.
A celebrity sighting.
Oh, we were all very starstruck. I couldn't believe it. I was gobsmacked. She showed up. She stayed longer than she promised as well. She could probably stay a little longer, but whatever. And who am I missing? Anybody? I don't want to miss anybody. I don't want to leave anybody out. Anyways, everybody else that showed up. Another great evening down at Sully Sports Bar and Lounge. They do have the draw. If you did qualify for that trip, Saints and Rams in LA, that draw is Sunday, so you got to be there to win. If you got on that, Jason and Andrew, I know Andrea's got a couple of qualifiers. Sunday, you want to be there, Sully Sports Bar and Lounge, the grand prize draw. But yeah, the best part of that bar is the TV wall. And last night, it was just sensory overload. Big Uke had 3 caps. When the football game, he's put on his football cap, then he put on his other cap, and then he put on his baseball cap. So you had the baseball game, you had the Thursday nighter, which was a good football game as well.
Entertaining.
For the neutral. Yep. But yeah, I mean, we were all kind of focused on the baseball. And as you correctly pointed out, most of these games have been over by, the 7th. And I just want to get into this quickly, the Scherzer moment too. When you talk about vibe moments, that kind of. And most
my conspiracy theory is Schneider did it on purpose. Like
He knew. It was all a setup.
he was never going to pull him.
Kayfabe, as they say in wrestling.
I think Schneider just wanted to have, like, knowing that this might be Scherzer's last big moment.
Yes.
I think he just wanted to give Scherzer a chance to be an absolute psychopath one last time.
Yeah. So
Like
it was
that
all.
is not the first time Mad Max Scherzer has yelled at a manager who approached him on the mound.
No, I mean, and even yelling on the mound just for the sake of it.
Yeah.
I mean, there's the gifts and the everything when it's time of the Nats. So I like where you're going there with the whole staged act.
Yeah.
He goes to the mound. Scherzer tells him to, piss off. Yeah, get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
And then it's walking back to the dugout after the inning, and Pete Walker being like, "Hey, Schneider, you think that was good? Watch this."
Yeah.
And he just like, was it more of an elbow or a shoulder? But he just kind of, get off me. And Walker kind of, whoa. And then IKF like got out of his way. Like, whoa, I don't want any of this heat. But in one sport, baseball, everybody's like, oh, you got to love this. Like if a coach is pulling a goalie or if anything like that, it's like, oh, whoa, like this isn't good. Or a quarterback or whatever.
Yeah.
But in baseball, given last night, everybody's like, this is great.
Yeah, well, and early in Scherzer's career when he did this, there was a reaction of kind of like, can we trust this guy? Like,
well, he hasn't.
But-
so I would say proven him. Like
right,
now
but
he's
Max
established.
Scherzer
Yeah.
is a 2-time World Series champion, I believe. I think he's won the Cy Young 3 times. He has 3,000 strikeouts on his career.
Yeah.
Like, he's a known commodity, and so he gets to be as crazy as he wants to be now.
There's the gif from that movie with the ship and the Somalian pirates, and I'm the captain now.
Yeah.
That was the whole thing last night. Keegan Matheson, who joins us occasionally during the baseball season, he was there on the scene. He tweets out last night, Max Scherzer was bursting into the interview room as John Schneider finished his media session, so they passed in the doorway. Schneider with a big slap on Scherzer's back. All right, you effing psycho, get in there. Yeah, it's all good. It's like it's water under the bridge, right?
Yeah.
This is just a big moment. A finely tuned veteran athlete showing some emotion. You got to love it.
Yeah, a guy who the rest of the world knows. When the rest of the world knows you're a crazy person, it's easier on everyone because you're not disturbed by it. It's just seeing him be himself. Authentic Max Scherzer.
I got a pain in my leg.
He's actually one of those guys that if he was polite, you would think something very, very bad had happened. What's wrong with Matt? He asked me how my day was going. Are you going to be okay?
I think I know what this is.
Oh, jeez.
What's going on?
I gotta.
Yeah. I was beginning to worry, LT.
I did it. I went to Hortons today.
Where were those?
Peer pressure.
Yeah, it was quite an ordeal. Is
there a pocket
getting them up
back
there
there?
and then getting them out.
Those things got.
He wanted to check out Wayne's new location. You can too. Same West End, but right next to the Italian Center now. It's a big, beautiful shop, high ceiling.
Delicious.
Yes. So we did that. Series 1 yesterday, but we can't go a Friday without cracking some packs. So we do have the 25-26 Tim Hortons cards here.
Oh, they're warm. These were somewhere.
Yes, they were indeed. Couldn't resist today. Went through and I got myself a...
Exactly 37 degrees Celsius.
Let's see. Well, I don't need my physical anymore.
Yeah, exactly. You don't have a fever.
Have I passed? Yes.
Yeah.
So what do we got here? Roman Yossi. I got an Eden Hill goalies etching and Jack Hughes base card. Will, would you like to share who you cracked in your Hortons pack today?
Well, I'm super pumped because I got my favorite hockey player.
National selections too.
Yeah,
That's a pretty good card.
it's actually not bad because
We haven't got any of those ones yet.
you go back and forth and you can see Austin Matthews in his Team USA or his beautiful Maple Leafs jersey.
Oh yes. Does he have a broken leg in this with his dark pants? Did you see that tweet the
I
other day?
can't get past his nostrils, honestly.
Yeah, he's a good-looking guy.
So big.
Okay, and what else?
Quentin Byfield,
Okay, base.
overrated.
Oh,
And Sam Reinhart.
Okay. Beauty. Trev's getting his pack open. We will await to see. This is a nice. These national selections are nice with the, as you say, the reflective.
It's like I'm there.
National Club. National Club. National Club.
Okay. I've got Pavel Buchnevich.
Mm-hmm.
I've got Mitchie Marner still repping the Toronto.
Yes.
Uniform.
Is that a subset third card too?
Yeah, it is. True North Heroes.
Okay.
True North Heroes.
We don't have that one. And
That's a tough one.
the Nuge.
Yes.
Hey!
That's a good sign. That's a good sign.
I'll give you my Austin Matthews for that one.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take it.
I'd do that trade.
Yes,
I'd do that
let's do
trade
it.
right now.
Yeah.
So there you go. The crack pack had to do it today in honor of Dusty. I'm sure he's twinging right now and knowing that we cracked some Tim Hortons packs. Trev, you did put the poll up on the Nasty Chat on YouTube. If you are watching us this morning, hit that thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Are the Oilers still a playoff team? 79% of you say yes. 21% say no, Wil Fraser, which is an interesting result here. Early on, obviously. We got 29 minutes to vote. Get your ballots in.
God bless the people who said no.
That's having a little fun. That's all you can really do, hey? 780-218-9999. Obviously, Chris Johnston on the way. We'll do a dive into the Oilers' loss last night in Long Island, but obviously
There's
the rest
better
of the
stories in the NHL right now.
the full NHL wrap. We will be talking with him. I think that's kind of the
Better stories in the rest of the
we will skate around a hot lap around the NHL. Play Alberta early bird special as well. I think Dusty's cashed yesterday. Hey, he had the McDavid point. It was a point, I do believe, in Oilers win.
Wow.
Yeah, I think he got it.
Yeah, he got it.
That's a brave bet.
No sweat.
Well,
First period, I think. It was no sweater.
no sweater. So we'll talk Play Alberta, of course, EST presented by Play Alberta. We'll share some of our, probably look at the CFL slate as well. Doubleheader tonight. Dustin Nielson will have the call. And that's good for the Italian Center.
That's good.
Back to the Jays talk. Of course, it's good. The series is now tied. They're making a series out of the ALCS. More that can be said about the NLCS, so at least we got something. Again, playing for the American League pennant, I think, is the World Series in a sense for these two
It is
teams.
for any
It should
American
be.
League team.
Well, no, but it should be. You're not going to, this is it, baby. So
Yeah, you're right. It's
let's have a long one.
right now. It's the Los Angeles Dodgers and everyone else.
Yeah. And the full Week 7 preview, and of course a recap of the Bengals win over the Steelers with Mike Garafolo, NFL Network, coming up at 7:45. Once again, 780-218-9999, Paris Jewelers inbox. You are texting in for text of the day, $20 to Royal Pizza. Some in here about Will that I can't read. Interesting stat,
Whoa.
Tay says, Bouchard has assisted on more goals against than goals for. Yes, another damning statistic for him as he goes pointless again. He is now pointless on the season if the numbers add up there. So
Oh my goodness.
He is pointless. It was man. Okay, so there was one tweet I saw last night. Oh, I was gonna get on this with Tommy later, but I wanted to bring it up. Do you think
Sure.
last night? Because he was on the fence. Was he going to make the Olympic team? Obviously, he was at the camp. But do you think last night cost him a chance? Like last night as a whole?
No.
when are the Olympics played? Like if they were played
February?
now, yeah. But you know what I'm saying?
I honestly don't think if I am making the selection for any of these teams and the question of Evan Bouchard comes up, I am not referencing anything in the regular season about him.
Yeah.
Because that's not what the Olympic tournament is, and that's not why Bouchard is a $10 million hockey player. Bouchard is a $10 million hockey player because he is in a very small class of NHL defensemen when it comes to the playoffs and production.
And his game gets better as you pass the new year.
Yes.
It does.
And that's why, like right now, this Evan Bouchard,
It's whatever.
yeah,
Okay, fair enough.
he
Now,
will
listen,
morph into
fair
what
enough.
They make terrible calls in picking Team Canada, so it will not surprise me when he is left off. It'll also not surprise me when their power play goes 0-4 and everyone's sitting around going, you know what? They could really use a right-hand defenseman with a big shot on the point.
Yeah.
A little Arrested Development for you here. Vance Van Vandervan. It's a good thing Bouchard is a never nude because he got undressed repeatedly yesterday.
Hey-o.
That might be your poll right now for the text of the day. So Vance Van Vandervan, I think you might have it at least here in the opening hour, but we don't award, much like the Olympic team, we don't award the winner in the opening hour.
He had jean shorts
Still two to
on
go.
underneath his jersey.
Wouldn't that be
That
something?
would make me so happy.
He goes to the bench. I blew myself.
Yeah, I blew.
Yeah.
Oh, Connor, I blew myself.
I blew myself. Barry the Cheater with a picture sent into the Paris Jewelers inbox from his shower. He is topless, wearing nothing but an EST hat. He says, I take EST with me everywhere, especially on a dance party Friday with Phrase.
Hey.
So you got a fan in Barry here.
All right, Bear.
Luke and Cowtown, at the end of the regular season, the Oilers have clinched a playoff spot. There will still be 21% that think the Oilers won't make the playoffs. That's probably a fair number there. It's margin of error type of thing. Yeah. You got to take out the 20, and that's they're a playoff team. Nasty Chat, Casino Dealer Jay, interesting. I think they will only rely on Makar's points. Shaggy and St. Albert's tap dancing all over the Nasty Chat this morning. I think most of you have blocked him by now already. I think he's kind of yelling into a well. I still see a Shaggy. Him not being on Canada is not a terrible call. Look, he'll probably, as you say, there is a politic to the naming of the teams.
Absolutely.
And he may or may not. But I guess the question, would he be on your Olympic team today? Regardless of the performance thus far this season or last night, I would still name him on the. If I was calling the shots, you
Listen, outside of Cale Makar, I can't think of a more productive Canadian defenseman in the playoffs over the last 4 years.
Yeah, when it matters in a tournament style,
and it's not close.
Setting.
Like playoff Bouchard is an absolute beast. It's just, I don't know. It depends on what the coach and the management want their team to look like.
Sure, and that's fair. Trev, you're calling the shots for Team Canada. He's on the team today. You name it today. He's
Like I think it's just so frustrating because you see the play and it's so inconsistent. But when he really wants to be Evan Bouchard, like he's in conversations. And when you share a sentence with the names of Bobby Orr for points per game in the playoffs, like, are you kidding me? Like, that's insane.
Yeah.
And as far as offense goes, he has done better than Cale Makar in the last 4 playoffs.
Yeah.
He's been the guy, the defenseman in the playoffs. And then you see what he's dishing out yesterday. You're like, what the heck is going on?
Yeah.
So it blows my mind, man.
Yeah.
I'll never understand it.
Yeah,
But
he would be so more appreciated in a less hockey mad market.
yes,
that's
right?
so true.
yeah, a player for south of the border.
Yeah.
in a place.
If Bouchard played in Seattle, he would be loved, and Seattle would be a better hockey team.
Raw Dog Reed says in the Paris Jewelers inbox, playoff Bouch has that dog in him. Regular season Bouch has that puppy in him.
Yeah.
This text from a first-time texter, perhaps listening on 95.7 Cruise FM. I feel with Bouchard being so inconsistent on defense that he should be a winger. Why not move them to the wing and then put them on the point during the power play? He's not a solid defenseman. This goes back to Rip City Step, who for years since Darnell Nurse was acquired by this club has wanted to move Nurse to the wing.
Yeah.
It's been his battle cry for years and years and years. Won't happen. With the rigidity, hockey, you are what you are.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not just kind of floating people around, but it would be interesting in another universe to see,
It's also
Bouchard and Nurse on
also,
McDavid's wing.
It's also not true though, right? Playoff Bouchard is really good defensively as well as offensively. Like, it's not like we're watching him be a basket case and unplayable defensively in the playoffs.
No.
In fact, defensively in the playoffs, we're walking around going, why isn't this guy ever in the regular season like this?
I think he had more mistakes in last night's game than he did all playoffs.
All playoffs wrong. You're probably right. Yes.
Unsigned text, Team Canada will not take a player prone to those huge mistakes. Tails says Bouchard is good at defense, just not all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Team Canada management left Zach Hyman off of their Team Canada roster last year for the Four Nations. So, if you think that they care about big game moments in selecting your team, you're wrong. They don't. They care about, you mentioned it, the politics involved. They care about selling jerseys. That's important as well.
Yep.
But as far as asking hockey guys about in a big game situation, winner take all, who do I want on my team? They don't make the best selection. And they have the luxury of not, right? When you're selecting from as deep a talent pool as Team Canada gets to select from, you're allowed to mix and match to make everyone happy, right? When you're selecting a Team Sweden, you have to make the call on who you think can win in a winner-take-all one-game situation. Team Canada doesn't operate. They've not since the days of the Canada Cup have they been making that type of selection.
Hour one of the Nielson Show brought to you by Ewell, your power play specialists. You can check them out online, ewell.ca, your Edmonton-based partner in power and source for all things electrical. On the way, we'll talk more Bouchard, more Jays as well with Chris Johnston, as he was all over them last night. Of course, he is a fan, so we'll get his thoughts on that and the rest of the stories around the NHL. Hour two on the way with him leading it off. The Nielsen Show, as always, presented by Wil Fraser, Edmonton's Train Home Comfort Specialists. For nearly 50 years, you can get 10% off any new Train furnace, air conditioner, or heat pump from now until the end of October. Bundle a furnace with an AC or heat pump. You can get 25% price. Get your home comfortable now for all seasons with Wil Johnson and Train. Train, it's hard to stop a train. Visit wjsportstalk.com today for more on that. We'll have your Play Alberta early bird special as well. Of course, EST presented by Play Alberta. We'll go through all the codes again for the month of October and let you know what's kind of cooking tonight with the CFL. It's a doubleheader. Dusty Nielsen's got the call. More on that right now. A sports update with YouTube Trev. Once again, the Mexico trip is coming up February 22. My passport is in the process of getting renewed.
Okay.
I was at the office.
In the mail?
I was at the passport office the other day for 2 hours. I stood the entire time. I raw dogged it. Didn't even look at my phone.
Canada Place location? Or?
Over here by Mayfield.
Oh, you did the one over here.
Yeah.
That's a smart call.
Yeah, stood and I didn't look at my phone. I just stared at people.
You just puttied it.
It was awesome. I was very proud.
You want to read a book or something?
No, I'm good. Whether you're dreaming of crystal clear waters or exotic destinations, contact Chelsea LaBelle at Expedia Cruises Northeast Edmonton to start planning your next cruise or vacation destination. You can give her a bell at 780-970-4834. CJ on the way next. This is the Nielsen Show, EST, presented by Play Alberta.
The Oilers came up short last night, falling 4-2 to the New York Islanders. They'll continue their road trip on Saturday with the matinee matchup against the New Jersey Devils. Puck drop is set for 1:30 with the GCL Diesel pre- and post-game shows with Hernan, Joaquin Gage, and Benny Thompson. Coverage begins at 12:30 right here on Edmonton Sports Talk. Around the NHL last night, the Senators edged the Kraken 4-3. The Canadiens took down the Predators 3-2 in overtime. The Jets rolled past the Flyers 5-2. The Maple Leafs doubled up on the Rangers 2-1. And the Canucks handled the Stars 5-3. Just 4 games on the NHL schedule tonight. In the majors, the Blue Jays took Game 4 by a score of 8-2. Max Scherzer was sharp, tossing 6 innings while allowing just 3 hits and striking out 5 in what was his longest postseason outing since 2021. The Jays are back at it this afternoon for Game 5. Kevin Gausman gets the start for Toronto while the Mariners counter with Bryce Miller, first pitch at 4:08. Meanwhile, the Dodgers are 1 win away from advancing to the World Series after a 3-1 victory last night. Game 4 of that series goes tonight, first pitch at 6:38. And in the NFL, the Cincinnati Bengals held on for a 33-31 win over the Pittsburgh Steelers. Joe Flacco threw for 342 yards and 3 touchdowns in the victory. Cincinnati improves to 3-4 on the season, while Pittsburgh drops to 4-2. Week 7 action continues Sunday. In the CFL, Week 20 kicks off with 2 games today. The Saskatchewan Roughriders host the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. Kickoff at 6 with Dustin Nielsen on the call. And later tonight, the Edmonton Elks travel west to face the BC Lions as they fight to keep their playoff hopes alive. Tune in to the Green and Gold Kickoff Show with Maddie and Milne at 7, followed by Game Time at 8. And back to hockey, the Edmonton Oil Kings look to build on their 8-2 start as they hit the road for a 2-game weekend trip beginning tomorrow night against the Prince Albert Raiders. Puck drop at 7. And over at Claire Drake Arena, the Golden Bears host UBC tonight. Puck drop also set for 7 o'clock. Whether you're dreaming of crystal clear waters or exotic destinations, contact Chelsea LaBelle at Expedia Cruises in Northeast Edmonton to start planning your next cruise or vacation destination. Call 780-970-4834. I'm YouTube Trev. You're up to date.
For you, Detachment, the name of the track, if you are keeping score at home. It is the Nielson Show, Hour 2. Nielson Show presented by Chris Johnston, Edmonton's train home comfort specialist. Of course, EST presented by Play Alberta, your early bird special coming up midway through the hour. Hour 2 of the Nielson Show is brought to you by GameSense. When gambling, set a budget before you play. Stay informed. Visit GameSenseAB.ca to learn how. Remember, if you gamble, use your GameSense. We're coming live as well from the Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen Studio. Treat yourself today to a little bit of chicken. 3 pieces for just $8 right now. www.popeyeschicken.ca for more on that. We got Mike Garafolo, NFL Network, coming up later on this hour to discuss Week 7 in the National Football League. That's good for the Italian Center Shop. We'll dive back into the Jays because it is good. It's good for everybody. We're all having a good time with the Toronto Blue Jays and their series with the Mariners in the ALCS. Not so good for the Brewers and all the Brew crew out there as they are down now 3-0 to the LA Dodgers. Sweep, right?
Yeah, that thing might be... Yeah.
I think you can probably stick a fork in him here. Don't think it's going back to Milwaukee anytime soon. But Chris Johnston of the TSN will be joining us and The Athletic coming up shortly here. I do believe, is he in the bullpen? He's ready to go, ready to rock. He's got the Canada cap on. I promise Chris, too, that he will get a chance to talk to Dustin Nielson sometime this hockey season, as I don't know if he has yet. As Dustin Nielson, again, will have the call tonight. CFL, we're getting near the end here. Week 20 kicking off tonight. It's a double dip, 6 o'clock from Winnipeg. The 8-8 Bombers hosting the 12-4 Saskatchewan Roughriders. Of course, the game will be all focusing on tonight. 8:30 out in Vancouver. The BC Lions 9-7 hosting the 7-9 Edmonton Elks. Elks continuing to play for a playoff spot here, as they've been in the playoffs here for a couple of weeks now. Every game matters here. They need a little bit of help as well. So we'll see tonight. Of course, you can join Maddie and Milne. They'll set it up for you. The Green and Gold Kickoff Show gets underway 7:30 across the EST network, whether you're listening on iHeart, TuneIn Radio app, The Source, EdmontonSportsTalk.com, or on the YouTube as well. And you can listen to the Nielson Show today as well, 95.7 Cruise FM for all you FMers out there. But let's get to CJ right now. Chris Johnston, our hockey insiders. Brought to you by GS Construction. They are hiring now. GS looking for experienced pipe layers, operators, top men, and superintendents. Visit gsconstruction.ca. GS Construction, serving your community for over 50 years, as we bring in Chris Johnston of TSN and The Athletic. And Chris, it is great that we have some Jays baseball to talk about at this stage of the season, because a lot of folks this morning do not want to talk about, we will talk about the Oilers Islanders, albeit briefly, but leading off here, I know you're a Jays fanatic. Your thoughts on this wild series, which, as we've said, we haven't really been watching too intently post seventh inning, as a lot of these games, all of them have been kind of blowouts. But your thoughts so far on the Jays bats coming alive in Seattle?
I woke up with a weird feeling about it this morning. I was a bit nervous again. So the way I look at it is I kind of earned the right to be nervous again, because obviously the Jays have got back in the series and sort of once again have something to lose. I didn't actually feel that as much the last 2 days, just because I thought, they were up kind of against the wall, after those 2 losses down at the Dome. So it's been, for me, a great series. It's been kind of a delightfully long fall. I didn't really know what to make of this team at times throughout this year, but I don't have any predictions or vibes or anything, but it was pretty excited last night watching Max Scherzer, shake off John Schneider and go and get that out and stay out in the 6th and get Cal Raleigh. And, that's, I like a little old school with my baseball. I like pitchers to stay in the game and kind of grit through it like that.
Well, and I don't know how many people had Scherzer, lasting out of the Jays pitching staff. What we saw against the Yankees, him doing what he did last night, and I mean that was a big question mark heading into that game. Were you at? Did you get game 1 or 2 action for ALCS?
Yeah, I was at game 2. It was that was a tough one. Right from the first inning, a 3-run home run by the Mariners, and there's some Mariners fans around me in my section. So it was, not that I'm one to engage with other people at a game like that, but it was just that was a long day. But look, I got game 6 tickets as well, so I've got another game to go to this year. Attaboy. Well, I hope the series goes long, because it's entertaining. And really, as we've been talking to the Mariners and Jays, this is kind of their mini World Series, as it looks like the Dodgers will be a train that cannot be stopped, but we shall see. So as I mentioned, last night we were at the casino. We had all the TVs going. We had an entertaining Thursday nighter in the NFL as well, Jays and Mariners on. But we did have the Oilers Islanders on as well, and we're going to get to that now. It wasn't a dazzling performance by any means either, with their win over the Rangers. Stuart Skinner coming up big in that night. You run it back 9 times out of the 10, probably the Rangers get a result. And then you go to last night in Belmont, and the Oilers, over the last little while, haven't had a lot of success there. I don't know if it's a New York trip or things such as that, but kind of a blasé affair, led by one Evan Bouchard. And we're seeing kind of the fall, autumn, early season Evan Bouchard, as opposed to the latter spring playoff Evan Bouchard. But what are you pulling away from last night's loss to the Islanders? Yeah, I mean, it speaks to Evan Bouchard's talent that he can kind of maybe drop, some comparisons to Erik Karlsson from earlier in his career, but it's kind of what it reminds me of. It's like he could be the best player for both teams on any given night. And, obviously last night was not a game that he draped himself in glory and specifically those 2 breakaway goals that were, kind of falling on his shoulders specifically. I mean, it's a tough spot for him. There's obviously a lot riding on the season. I'm sure, the chance to get to the Olympics is something that's on his mind. More importantly, of course, he's just trying to find his best form. He wants to be the good version of himself, not the one that we're talking about, based on the game on Long Island. But, it seemed like between what Chris Dalblock was saying to the reporters afterwards that one's going to be addressed. And we have seen this before. I mean, the flip side is, 2 playoff runs ago, he was setting records for points and things like that. So, I mean, you kind of have to live, I think, with some of the bad with a player like that. It doesn't mean you tolerate it. You don't just go, it doesn't matter. But, to be what he is on the positive end of the scale, unfortunately, there can be, some nights where things don't go his way and he's a little more prone to giveaways or mistakes defensively that hurt the team.
And would you forecast, too, like Hockey Canada in naming this squad, like, clearly you look at the good Bouchard, right? The Bouchard that matters when stuff's on the line, when you're in a tournament style and that, as opposed to, early season autumn type of performances such as we saw last night.
Yeah, I think that has to be weighed. I mean, look, there have been 13 games played in the Stanley Cup final the last 2 years where there was no one else playing. So the Hockey Canada folks were watching those games too and understand that Evan Bouchard was an important part of the Oilers. I think what happens with him, and it's too soon to handicap where it'll go, but I think it is one of the tougher decisions for them because, traditionally speaking, you look at the Olympic tournament, it's basically a series of game sevens. Once you get to the quarterfinals, you have to win every game. There's not a lot of margin for error. And as a result of that, we've seen in past Olympic teams that mistake players that can play like Bouchard don't always get, a lot of pump on the national team. I think of, it's a long time ago now, but PK Subban was in the prime of his career in Sochi, and he was actually part of that Canadian Olympic team, but he barely played. He was effectively the seventh defenseman for that team just because I think there was some concern about the nights it goes wrong. And so, Canada's D probably isn't as deep as it was 10, 12 years ago now, which bodes well for someone like Bouchard. But I do think that Hockey Canada or the people making decisions on behalf of them tend to go for a little bit more of a safety net when they make all their choices for an Olympics, just because one big gaffe can basically knock you out of a tournament, can derail any gold medal hopes you have. And so it's a bit of an uphill climb for Bouchard, but they're also not going to, it's not like, they're just going to file a report off of last night's game and go, this guy's off the team. I mean, certainly I do think he's got a strong chance to be there, but it's far from a lock.
Just sticking with the Olympics, you had a piece for the New York Times, and I saw a little bit of this online as well. A little behind schedule in Milan right now, I guess is kind of to summarize.
Yeah, it's not perfect. There's definitely real concern about the main arena specifically. It's not finished, and there's still 4 months to the games. And if you follow Olympics generally, I mean, stories like this are relatively common where, obviously there's essentially big construction projects having the Olympics in new cities every couple of years. And there's obviously a lot of infrastructure that needs to be built up for that. But, Milan is trailing way behind. They were supposed to have an under 18 event at the Olympic arena, which is being built specific for these games in December. And it's been pushed back to January because the arena is not supposed to be done. And, I think that there's at least somewhere between low and mid-level concern about it ever being done or getting done properly. I don't know if doesn't sound like there's much of a plan B option if it doesn't happen. So I trust that they're working night and day to finish the arena. But between that and, the NHL players have been told, about some of the limitations, we'll call them, to staying in the athletes' village. This isn't necessarily specific to Milan. I think it was the same conditions that the NHLers have faced in the past, but it's not the same as the life they live in the league, right? I mean, This is no Four Seasons. It was called an elevated dorm experience when the Canadian players gathered for the orientation camp. That's how they were, heard the accommodations described. And I think most of the players, quite honestly, end up finding that kind of charming. Like, I think it's part of what makes the Olympics unique. You're staying obviously where the other athletes are that are representing Canada. It's not just, a hockey dorm or a men's hockey dorm. I mean, it's the figure skaters and the speed skaters. And, so there's a chance to intermingle a little bit there, but it's right now it's not overly positive, but I have to believe they're going to find a way to get this arena done, because wouldn't that be a disaster? We wait all this time to get the NHLers back to the Olympics and there's nowhere for them to play.
Jeez, somehow, some way. I mean, they will get this. I don't know what it might look like, but you're right. I mean, that would be just the end of it there. Back to the NHL, though, and we've heard this on the wind. Carter Hart and the Golden Knights now official on a tryout. You were reporting on this. Good landing spot for him. Good match there. How do you kind of see this panning up between Carter Hart and the Vegas Golden Knights?
Well, it's a tryout, sort of. That's the machination or that they use to basically get him into the organization. But it's not a tryout in the sense that, I don't think there's any doubt about the outcome here. He's signing a contract at some point before December 1st, which is when he's eligible to play NHL games again. I think there's still some question. Does he do a 1-year contract or a 2-year contract? But I do expect it to be short term, because obviously there's a bit of an element, or quite a bit of an element of an unknown about where his performance will be after 2 years out of the game. So, from his perspective with the Golden Knights, I mean, he sees a crease where, Adin Hill, goaltending is so up and down. 3 years ago, Adin Hill, and when Vegas won the Cup, earned Conn Smythe votes. Last year, we saw the Golden Knights go down to the Oilers, and he finished the playoffs with like an 880 save percentage. So I think that there's at least a possibility for him to split starts with a team like the Golden Knights. And if you want to be optimistic, there's definitely a path potentially where he becomes the main guy. Now there's a lot of road to be traveled between here and there in the meantime, and so Carter was skated yesterday with the Golden Knights, and he's got basically a month of ramp up now. He can play AHL games as of November 15th on a conditioning loan, and then can start for the Golden Knights as soon as December 2nd when they host Chicago. But when he looked around at the couple teams that had the most interest, I think Vegas all along, made the most sense for him. It made the most sense for them. They were comfortable bringing him in, and now he gets to restart his career. And I don't know if anyone can predict exactly what kind of goalie he can be again after that much time away from the game.
Islanders picked up their first win of the year, so now officially there are no 5-alarm fires across the NHL. Every team has at least one game. The Buffalo Sabres, however, continue to embarrass themselves. Is that the best way to put it? Like, is there any light at the end of the tunnel when it comes to that organization?
It's such a hard one because, most teams I would just say, well, it's only 10 days into the season, right, or whatever we're at. I mean, but when you have 14 years where you didn't make the playoffs before that, I mean, it's impossible to separate the current roster from the history, right? If you're a fan in that market, if you're a media member, if you're discussing them on Buffalo Sports Talk, I mean, what do you say at this point? I think if you actually just look at the roster, there is some reason for optimism. I mean, they scored 8 goals the other night against Ottawa. This is a team. It's not completely bereft of talent. I would not put them forward as a Stanley Cup contender, but I think that the truth lies somewhere in the middle there. I think Buffalo should truly be a team that can make the playoffs in the East just based on their roster. But they're fighting up against history. They're fighting maybe some culture related issues in your organization. I mean, I don't know how to conclude otherwise. How they've found themselves in this predicament. I mean, it's a great sports town. It's a great hockey town at its best. And it's not as if this is a case where they haven't spent money. They've had players that went on, like multiple players have gone on immediately after leaving the Sabres and been top 6 contributors on Stanley Cup winners, right? From Ryan O'Reilly back with St. Louis to Jack Eichel to Sam Reinhart. I mean, and some depth players beyond those guys. So, it's not as though they haven't identified players that can help them win, but they haven't managed to do it there, which is to say they have no margin for error, I don't believe. I mean, they have that big win on Wednesday. They've got Florida in their barn on the weekend as their next game. I mean, if they lose to the Panthers, which is obviously entirely possible, I think that the fans will be raging again, and especially if they lose in sort of dispiriting fashion. So, it's not an easy place to play hockey right now. I don't know what they can do other than find their own way out of it. I guess if they pile wins together, we'll start talking about the positives. But right now, that's a difficult thing to do with the Sabres.
Chris Johnston, our hockey insider this morning, TSN and The Athletic, brought to you by GS Construction, on with Wil Fraser and Lieutenant Eric here. One team, the organization, I guess, that's really sexy right now in the Montreal Canadiens, and you kind of go from the Sabres continuing to stumble over themselves, but this is really an organization just trending in all right directions on and off the ice. Of course, Gorton and Hughes, multi-year extensions, and even the Ken Dryden, earlier in the week. As Dusty pointed out earlier, following that night, an organization that really gets those moments right when it comes to remembering, players or just doing things. And it looks like now they're doing things both on the ice and off the ice right as well. But just your thoughts on the state of the Habs right now. Tops of the div, 4-1 out of the gate. It's got to be a great time and a real fun time, I guess, exciting time to be a Habs fan.
Yeah, I mean, they are the total polar opposites of Buffalo, right? I mean,
right, yeah.
It feels like all the vibes are great there. From there's a real reason to believe in what they're doing. And it's funny, right now I'm doing a front office poll. We're going to roll out at The Athletic, where I'm basically polling GMs and assistant GMs to rate their top 5 front offices. We add up all their votes. I don't have the final tally in front of me, but I can tell you Montreal is appearing on a lot of top 5 ballots. I mean, that's the kind of front office. That's the industry sentiment about what they're doing, that other people in other front offices are looking at them as one of the best run teams in the league. And it's hard to argue with the way that they conducted their rebuild. It didn't end up being all that long. If you remember, they had that weird run to the Stanley Cup final in the COVID year 2021, like kind of a strange thing. It's like, did that really happen? Was that a fever dream? But the point is this, it was 4 years ago, and here they are 4 years later, and they legitimately have a team, I think, that you could see, again, I'm not saying this season, but building towards being the kind of team that could win a Stanley Cup. I mean, they have so many tremendous young players. They have them signed to deals that I think that they can work around and work with in terms of adding more players to it. They just make a lot of good decisions. At the end of the day, that's what it takes if you're looking at a front office. I mean, everyone's going to have a poor signing here or there, or lose a trade, but if you're making more good decisions than bad ones and stack that together, I mean, you end up where the Canadiens are right now. And so, the way they tied that game last night with keeping a puck out of the empty net and Caulfield going down and tying it, and then Caulfield wins it in overtime over the Preds. I mean, that's just the kind of, that's sort of the run they're riding. I mean, they had a similar sort of victory against Seattle earlier in the week. So, the Canadiens, I think, are they still have some holes. I mean, they don't really have a second line yet fully developed, which, I think will obviously present them a huge challenge in a playoff series, because so much focus will go on shutting down their top guys. And if they don't have, a few more weapons in reserve, it's going to be tough for them to beat one of the best teams in the East in a best of 7. But, they also have the room to maneuver and the right people making those decisions. I think that they're going to find their way to be a team that matters here over the next 7 or 8 years.
And just quickly here, going back to Hart and the Golden Knights, we know McLeod's off to the KHL, Formanton, Switzerland. Any speculation or thoughts on Dubé and Foote as they remain UFAs right now?
No, I haven't been able to get anything on them. It's very quiet. This situation is very sensitive, right? I mean, these players were on trial with sexual assault charges against them. They were ultimately found not guilty, but, each organization has to make an individual decision about whether they want to welcome someone like that into their fold. And I don't get the feeling or the sense that that's going to happen for them, at least not in the near term here. But I don't have anything concrete to tell you there. On those players. But, at this stage, I'd say the only player I expect to see play NHL games this year is Carter Hart. The others may in time find their way back, but I think they've got to go elsewhere, prove themselves, and, compel an NHL team to make that decision, because I know flat out a lot of front offices just wouldn't consider those players based on what they've been through.
Okay, Chris, you're a working man, and we get that, and you do a fabulous job, but Game 5, first pitch out here, 4:08, that'd be 2:08 Eastern, I guess. So what are you doing? Where are you set up? What's your plan for today's Game 5, Jays-Mariners?
I'm going to be in my living room, because that's the only safe place for me to watch something like this. I get very... when the games matter this much, I'm 30 plus years into being a Jays fan. So it's like compounding frustrations over the years, excitement, whatever it is. The Jays are truly the only team in sports I still really feel something for. I'm a Dallas Cowboys fan. I'm a Dallas Cowboys fan in the NFL, but it's almost like when I watch the Cowboys, I expect them to lose, or I don't know. I don't expect something good to happen with the Cowboys. It's been a lot there, but the Jays, man, anyway, it's going to be a scene in my living room. So I'm sure my neighbors are probably tired of it, but only a week or two left at most.
You get that support pillow ready, and you enjoy it today, man. Thanks again for your time, and have a great weekend.
You too, Lieutenant. I see you with your Mariners gear there, so may the best team win. I'm not going to talk any trash to you.
It's a sporting rivalry, and I that's what I'm here for. Let's have a long, good series here. Chris Johnston, TSN The Athletic. We appreciate his time today. Brought to you by GS Construction, as always. I mean, when you're in those situations, when you're really invested, you do want to kind of hide yourself away from society, correct?
Two teams that have earned the love of their fans this year.
Yeah, like they're both great stories. Mariners, you go online, you read Mariners, it's always like, bitching about the management and everything. Yeah. You can't do anything right. And here they are, and having the time of their lives. They made some astute acquisitions at the trade deadline, I want to say, with Naylor and Eugenio Suarez.
They had a great trade deadline. Yeah. They have a guy who, in my opinion, should be the league's MVP. Probably won't be, but is in a select crew of 50 home runs. He's a switch hitter.
Yeah.
And also a really good defensive catcher.
No, 6:08 Eastern.
You flipped it. You flipped it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's 2 hours
whatever.
later, not 2 hours earlier. It's okay.
What did we learn on the show today? Eastern time is 6:08. Good on Chris for not correcting me there, but no, it's that's what you want. I don't hate the Jays. I just like the Mariners, and I think
Jays are a hard team to hate.
People don't hate the Mariners; they just like the Jays. So it's a very sporting. It's not like a grudge match between
Well, this is why I keep going back to best baseball season ever, because I think for most Canadians, the American League Championship Series is between their first and second favorite team, especially this area of the world.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you could even argue that the Twins is Central Canada. That's more of a closer.
Yeah, you're right. A lot of
relative,
Manitoba kids are Twins fans. You're right.
Let's get quickly to your Play Alberta early bird. We'll get a sports update here in a second. But once again, Nielsen hitting yesterday, Oilers to win, and the McDavid point. Let's just take a look at the CFL quickly here. And again, Week 20 kicking off tonight. Riders in Winnipeg. Winnipeg -8 right now. Of course, the Rough Riders dressing Jake Maier at quarterback and a few other replacement players, I guess, now that they have first locked up. So -8 for the Bombers at home to the Riders tonight. Bombers need that one as well. And the Elks right now, +6.5 out in Vancouver against the Lions. So if you want to hop on any of those, make it a little interesting for yourselves, feel free to do so. Play Alberta. Once again, the code's EST50, EST Sports, EST Casino for a $50 free bet. And of course, use your game sense when betting. When gambling, set a budget before you play. Stay informed. Visit GameSenseAB.ca to learn how. Remember, if you gamble, use your game sense. Sports update right now for the great staff at Park Mazda and dealer principal Mitch Lewicki. Where he'll be watching the Jays game today at the dealership with all of his staff. It's a party atmosphere at Park Mazda. On the way, that's good for the Italian Center. We'll talk more baseball.
That's good.
And Mike Garafolo as well for the NFL Network. He'll be talking Week 7 coming up. Wil Fraser in for Dustin Nielsen. Lieutenant Eric, YouTube Chef's got a sports update right now. This is the Nielsen Show presented by Chris Johnston.
The Edmonton Oilers fall last night by the score of 4-2, all thanks to the New York Islanders. The Oil will continue their road trip on Saturday with a matinee matchup against the New Jersey Devils. That one gets underway at 1:30. Tune in to the GCL Diesel pre- and post-game shows, this time with Hernan Salas, Joaquin Gage, and Benny Thompson. Coverage begins at 12:30. Elsewhere in the NHL last night, the Senators edged the Kraken 4-3. The Canadiens get the job done against the Predators 3-2 in overtime. The Jets all over the Flyers 5-2. The Leafs double up on the Rangers 2-1. And the Canucks get by the Stars 5-3. Just 4 games that dot the schedule tonight. In the NHL last night in the majors, the Blue Jays take Game 4 by the score of 8-2. Max Scherzer threw for 6 innings, allowing only 3 hits and added 5 strikeouts in what was his longest postseason outing since 2021. The Jays hit the mound once again today for Game 5. Kevin Gausman gets the start for the Blue Jays, while the Mariners counter with Bryce Miller. First pitch at 4:08. As for the Dodgers, they could advance to the World Series after a 3-1 win from last night. Game 4 of that series goes tonight. First pitch at 6:38. And to the NFL, the Cincinnati Bengals do hold on with a victory last night over the Steelers. 33-31 is the score. Joe Flacco threw for 342 yards, good enough for 3 touchdowns. The Bengals now improve to 3-4 on the season, while the Steelers fall to 4-2. Week 7 action continues this Sunday. 2 games tip off Week 20 in the CFL today as the Saskatchewan Rough Riders welcome in the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. Kickoff at 6 with Dustin Nielsen on the call. And later in the evening, the Edmonton Elks head west to take on the BC Lions. They look to keep their playoff hopes alive. Be sure to tune in to the Green and Gold Kickoff Show. Coverage begins at 7 with Maddie and Milne. Game time at 8. And then back to hockey. The Edmonton Oil Kings look to improve on their 8-2 record when they hit the road for 2 games this weekend, starting with a bout against the Prince Albert Raiders tomorrow. Puck drop at 7, and the Golden Bears welcome in UBC tonight at Claire Drake Arena. This one gets going at 7 o'clock. The sports update presented by Park Mazda and dealer principal Mitch Lewicki. Mitch just booked a ticket to Milan to help lend a hand.
Hi there. If you're like me, you like to picture yourself in luxury, even though there's absolutely no way you could afford it. And if you can, well, even better. Thankfully, I picture myself in something that is luxury, but still absolutely affordable, like the all-new Mazda CX-90 from Park Mazda. With the new luxury features like facial recognition settings and quilted detail Napa leather seating, I can pretend to be comfortable with all of my proper settings activated without even touching a button, thanks to Mitch Lewicki and the great staff at Park Mazda. I like to picture Mitch Lewicki with like a giant eagle's wings and singing lead vocals for Lynyrd Skynyrd with like an angel band. And I'm in the crowd hammered drunk.
Park Mazda, your dealer for life in Sherwood, Park off Y Road, parkmazda.ca.
Panther Modern, if you're keeping score on the Dance Party Friday. Wil Fraser in for Dustin Nielsen.
Hello.
Lieutenant Eric, YouTube Trev here with you on the Nielson Show. Hour 2 continues here. We're coming to you live from the Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen Studio where you can get your Friday off right. 3-piece chicken for just $8. Great deal there. www.popeyeschicken.ca. Of course, hour 2 of the Nielsen Show presented by GameSense. Win gambling, set a budget before you play. Stay informed. Visit GameSenseAB.ca to learn how. Remember, if you gamble, use your GameSense. And if you are getting on any of that CFL Week 20 action tonight, Riders Bombers, Elks Lions. Of course, the week will wrap up tomorrow with another doubleheader, Als in Ottawa and the Argos in Calgary. You can head to playalberta.ca. They are the EST presenting sponsor. Of course, the Nielsen Show as well, presented by Weiss Johnson. Weiss Johnson. Whoa, whoa. Right on cue, and you can get 10% off right now. Any new Train furnace, air conditioner, or heat pump installation from now until the end of the month. Bundle a furnace with an AC or heat pump. Get 25% off the package price. Visit wjsportstalk.com for more. I, of course, got screwed up with my time zones with Chris Johnston, which, you know, I'm not going to let that weigh heavy on me. I'm a Saskatchewan guy. Time means we don't change the clocks. They all stay the same. Why would you change? And as I told you during the break, which I informed Dustin of earlier this week, time, it's just...
It's a construct.
It's in there. What the who's or whatever they made. Like we just made it up. Mm-hmm. It doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Yeah, everything's happening at once. The Elks game is happening right now. The Jays are playing right now. Game 5. It's all going on at once.
Yeah,
so
time's just a function of gravity, man.
Yeah, man. Maybe we'll get more on time during 3 questions too many. We can kind of, why not? It's a Friday. We're having fun. 780-218-9999 is the Paris Jewelers inbox. Of course, the best text will get text of the day, $20 to Royal Pizza. Treat yourself on a Friday. That's pretty good. And again, not just pizza, great pastas and killer wings. And I had the soup the other weekend, which was a nice starter for a nice supper and a night out. Dirty Filth, Panther Modern. You guys have a good taste in music. If you haven't had a chance, check out Ultra Sun with 2 N's. Good stuff. Have a good weekend. Cheers. That's Dirty Filth. I do believe this person listens on 95.7 Cruise FM. New texter to the show. So thank you, Dirty Filth. I'm glad you're enjoying the tunes. Of course, 95.7 Cruise FM for the Nielsen Show. iHeartRadio app, TuneIn Radio app, EdmontonSportsTalk.com. And if you are watching and listening on YouTube this morning, hit that thumbs up. Did we change 100? Why not? We'll take it.
100.
We'll take anything we can get today. Dustin Nielson doing his CFL duties. He will be back Monday. Let's get it. That's good for the Italian Center Shop.
That's good.
Right now, oh boy, I missed that. When's the last time you were in?
Coon's age.
Okay.
It was 3 weeks ago. A
fortnight?
Ago.
Yeah, a fortnight.
I feel like that's 3 fortnights.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, though.
Yeah, fortnight. Italian Center, get down there. Speaking of pizzas, you can pick up some pizzas there. Of course, the ready-made pastas that you can just plop in the microwave, 3 to 5 minutes, they're ready to go. And the deli counter, which, as I said last night at Sully's Sports Bar and Lounge, you can go up there, order some meats, and just eat them like a cat. You don't even need to make a sandwich.
That's good.
You know it's good. That's good. Of course, we're going baseball again.
That's good.
It's another chance to talk about the Jays. Guy in the loader says Rally didn't look too good. He was not that's good defensively last night. Jays fan guy in a loader. Yeah. No,
his pitcher was good.
No, I know.
He was doing his best, man.
He's doing his best, and that's all that can be asked. But Jays fans, you got to be feeling good today. I don't know if you want to take it into the realm of, hey, let's just win all the road games.
Yeah.
Mathematically, I don't think that
Doesn't
would work in their
out for the
favor.
Jays.
You're going to have to win one at home here. However, you got to be impressed with the bats waking up in, as you mentioned, a weird playoff as a whole for the Jays, as all of these games have been kind of, either one way or the other. But specifically the series, of course, the Mariners bats in Toronto, Jays bats waking up in a place where I wouldn't have expected them to. If you watch the Mariners-Tigers series, I mean, it was tight, it was pitching, couldn't get a ball out of the park if you tried.
They're juiced, I tell you. The balls are juiced.
The bats are corked.
Yes.
Too much pine tar. But yeah, your thoughts on the Jays. How are you feeling heading into this one? This could be, I mean, as I mentioned too, with the 2-3-2, and how the series go, the Mariners really need one at home. They then go to Toronto with 2, and they need to win one of the 2. Where the Jays now, you win this one tonight. You're coming home for 2. Now, again, this series, you drop the first 2 at home, and I know we can go with that road theme, but you got to feel good going up 3-2, needing to win 1 at Rogers Center.
Yes.
To move on. So I don't know. Who do you kind of give? Obviously, the vibes are with the Jays. I think the Scherzer moment was key. I mean, people are doing the Canadian heritage moment, meme online with Scherzer yelling at Schneider. So it's one of those things that maybe gets a clubhouse more juice than it maybe already was through the first game and a half on the road here.
I honestly think it's a series reset.
The game itself or the Scherzer moment?
Like what's going on right now, heading into the final 3 games, I think it's actually a series reset.
Best of 3.
This is now a best of 3. The last 4 games have been I don't know how much you can draw or make predictions about the final 3 games based upon the first 4, because they are such outliers. Baseball, more than any other sport, than maybe football, is a home field advantage sport. I mean, it's unique stadiums. You have the advantage of the crowd. You have the advantage of last at bat. Like it is set up to be advantage home team. And neither home team has had an advantage. So I don't think you can make that prediction that neither team will have an advantage moving forward. And that includes tonight's game. Kevin Gossman has pitched well. That scary old scarecrow just keeps throwing it out there, but I didn't get the impression like the Seattle Mariners were throwing in the towel. I didn't get the impression like the Seattle Mariners are like, we don't know what to do about this Jays team. And likewise, the Jays bats have been red hot, and then they've been ice cold. There is no productive middle ground, right? So I have no idea what to make a prediction of based upon tonight's game.
Bryce Miller gets the start for Seattle tonight. He is 1-0 through the postseason, 2.61 ERA with 5 strikeouts. Gausman, as you mentioned, gets the start tonight, and maybe in a roundabout way, the way Game 1 went, in the fact that he was or had exited the game early, works in the favor now, right? Yep. Like it's so. We'll see. He's got something to prove. Obviously rested now. So Gausman v. Miller on the bump tonight. He's got 8 strikeouts, 1-1, 2.38 ERA through the postseason. So, we shall see. But, yeah, I think saw off. You win the 2 on the road handedly. They win 2 on the road handedly. Best of 3 now. Jay's got 2 of the 3 at home, which, as you mentioned, again, in baseball, that home field does work in a variety of ways, not just, you know, vibes and crowd and all that. So,
well, I do look forward to seeing how the Mariners play with desperation. Because the first 4 games they have played with 0 desperation.
Sure.
Right? It's not like they came out of the gate and were, you know, bringing in 3 pitchers in an inning to get through a certain bat. Like this has been a very relaxed manager in both the wins and the losses.
Yeah.
So this is the first game where there's real tension for the Seattle Mariners, and it'll be interesting to see how they handle it.
Terp from Tofield texts in something to keep in mind, and we kind of hit on this earlier. Jays are 1-4 this year against Seattle at home, 5-0 against Seattle on the road, and that goes back to earlier in the season when the Mariners were playing great ball, and the Jays went in there and swept them.
Swept them. Yeah, so they have not lost in Seattle.
It's a weird metric and how it's playing out, but we'll see if that continues or not. But you're right. I think Seattle, obviously, like, they needed one at home. You didn't want to leave it till the final of the 3, I guess. Right. They kind of had the pressure on, but here we are. So should be a fascinating affair tonight. And again, 4:08 first pitch Mountain, 6:08 East. And I have a supper date tonight, so I'll be out.
Oh, that sounds nice.
Yes. That PVR will be running like a... What do? You can't cancel supper. It's our anniversary.
Oh, happy anniversary. Congratulations.
It's not.
Oh,
but we just say it is so we can get the, you know, a piece of cake, you know.
That's a free cake, right?
Yeah. You got. Why not? They're not going to ask for a marriage certificate.
What a shyster.
Nah, start doing this.
You should by yourself. It's my anniversary of what? My birth.
Divorce.
My divorce.
Just work up some real crocodile tears.
Yeah. Guy in a loader says Skipper should let Gosman cook tonight. Maybe he gets a longer leash. Who knows? Should be fascinating. Let's transition here. Mike Garafolo is going to join us right now. He is our NFL insider. Week 7 in the NFL kicking off last night. Bengals in the all whites, as every NFL team seems to have right now, the all white jerseys. Good look. Battle of the old men. We were talking about Scherzer. It was Flacco. It was Rodgers. A combined age of 80 plus in there. But Mike Garafolo joins us now. He's brought to you by Mobile One. Get your Mobile One oil change at Gerard Tirecraft. That's 9845 41st Avenue. Proven protection for every drive you have. Welcome back to the show. Mike, Lieutenant Eric Wil Fraser in for Dustin Nielsen today. Let's just get started. Week 7 last night. We had the Oilers game on at the bar last night. We were obviously watching Jays Mariners, but a very good game for the neutral between the Steelers and the Bengals. Of course, a divisional rivalry. What are you pulling away from last night between the aged quarterbacks?
Yeah, I'll catch you up on what you missed then if you didn't watch the football game closely. Joe Flacco did exactly what the Bengals thought he would be able to do, which is just give his receivers a chance to make a play. It's actually, I'm watching the game and I'm like, Jake Browning couldn't complete these. Like I could complete half these passes. It's just, you know, it's just Jamar Chase is going to give you space to just throw a simple slant. And it is kind of wild that they were as inept offensively with him as they were, because they really thought coming in that he had been good in the past and he was good in the preseason. Something just didn't click this time around for Jake Browning, and that's what it was supposed to look like. Obviously, it's not good enough to make the playoffs or win the Super Bowl on its own, right? But the thought is that just get us to the point where Joe Burrow can come back and get us to that point. And last night, and I said this on Good Morning Football yesterday, I'm like, this is like, it's got to happen now over the next 3 weeks. Steelers at home on a Thursday night, Jets at home next week, and then I believe it's the Bears, if I'm not mistaken, and then a bye week. So 3 winnable games. Like I even thought last night was a winnable game. And as a matter of fact, if you win that, all of a sudden the next 2, now all of a sudden you're 5-4. And it's not that crazy to think that the Bengals could make the playoffs, or at least you don't even have to get all the way there. Just get to the point where, we need Joe Burrow to win, let's say, the last 2 games to get us in the playoffs. All of a sudden now, things feel a lot more feasible for the Cincinnati Bengals, and not just from a record standpoint, but from a confidence standpoint. We saw the way it looked. Joe Flacco can get the ball to our playmakers. Let's keep doing that.
It's kind of funny, too, and the hits keep coming for Cleveland. We were talking before the show. I mean, Cincinnati fans chanting, thank you, Cleveland. Trading Flacco, but within the state, within the division, it's just Browns fans, you get a sting almost every single day, right, with regards to either a game or a transaction or whatever.
Yeah, but from the Browns' perspective, they knew they were out of the. I mean, they knew coming into the season.
It's the season. Yeah.
Obviously, you try to have as much confidence as possible, but you knew pretty early, like, we're not going to the playoffs, especially because we're already benching our starting quarterback. So who cares? Who cares, like, what the impact is going to be around us? Oh, great, the Steelers are going to be angry. They're going to want to beat us the next time they play us. Yeah, that's sort of what happens anyway. So that's the Browns' perspective on this thing. Let's just maximize our – because it's not like you're going to see – I mean – I go back to Donovan McNabb being traded from the Eagles to Washington in the division. That was a long-term thing. That's a guy you're going to see. That's a guy who could potentially have led the team to a division championship and knocked you off. That was not going to be the case with Joe Flacco from the Browns' perspective. So they did the best thing that they could. And, the consequences, again, who cares? Like, it's already a rivalry. It's not going to be like, oh, now we're going to be in trouble against the Steelers. You were in trouble anyway.
Sticking though with last night, the Steelers, and aside from last night, 4-2 now. Bengals 3-4 on their heels in the division. But seems like the marriage has worked out. Hey, with Rodgers, Tomlin, and the Steelers organization, at least for the time being.
Yeah, I think it's looked better than I thought. I mean, it was his second 4-touchdown game of the season. He had one to finish up the year with the Jets as well. I mean, he really did look good. That's the other thing I'm hearing from Jets fans is like to see two of your former quarterbacks duking it out, and your guy Justin Fields won't pull the trigger on some passes here. It's like Jet fans they find a new and interesting way to torture you every single year. I do feel bad for those guys, but I listen. There was a lot of folks in the Jets fan base who said we should keep Aaron Rodgers for another year, right? Like it's just why not do it? And the way that it played out, and you can see, I mean, with Rodgers, how easy it is for him to just flip a switch and be a certain way. And for Aaron Glenn, as competitive as he is and as passionate as he is, for that meeting to go the wrong way and all of a sudden Aaron Glenn in the middle of the meeting go, yeah, okay, now we're done. We're done here because I wanted to hear everything a specific way and I didn't hear it and now we're moving on. That makes it extra painful for the Jets fans because it was more of a personal thing between two guys. And if a million of them could have been in the room, they would have been like, oh, guys, relax. We can work this out. We need this guy to be our quarterback. So, I feel for the Jets fans this morning.
Outside of maybe the Green Bay Packers, is this the most parity we've seen in a generation in the NFL? Like it feels like what you just said about the Cincinnati Bengals. You could make that case for 8 other teams in the NFL right now, in that, like, you look at their schedule and you go, winnable game, winnable game, winnable game, winnable game. Like, it's not crazy to look at just about every team except for, well, we mentioned them, the New York Jets, and say that they have reason to be optimistic. Whereas in years past, it was already a foregone conclusion who was going to be meeting in division finals.
Yeah, it's we did an exercise on Good Morning Football the other day. Who's your top 5 teams? And we had some teams that, like, I had at 5, that other guys had at 1, and vice versa. And some guys we ranked, some teams we ranked highly weren't even in the top 5 for some other teams. And as we were going into it, I was saying this is going to be wild, like the variability. And they said, yeah, that's why we're doing it. Like, it's usually like the same 7 teams that everybody's picking 5 from, and now we're up to double digits. And we left some teams off that were kind of like, what about this team that's 4-2 and you're not even getting, the Eagles, didn't even think for a second to put the Eagles in my top 5. But some would make that case, saying they're the defending champions and we're jumping ship a little bit too early there. But I'm at the point now where I need to see it. Like, I was a believer early with the Eagles, like, they'll figure it out. Who cares about style points? And now we're at the point where, no, it's costing them games. And now they're going up. I know they're concerned with the fact that they're going up against a defense in the Minnesota Vikings that is tough on a regular Sunday. Now you got them coming off a bye week where Brian Flores had even more time to draw stuff up in the lab there, and you're going to see even more stuff that's going to give you headaches as an offense. So, I agree. I think this is there are no great teams year, if there ever was one. I mean, I expected Buffalo to bounce back in Atlanta. They didn't do it. So, to me, I'm looking at the Chiefs right now, honestly, as a team that outside of that, if Trevor Lawrence stumbles and doesn't get in the end zone, the Chiefs we're talking about as the hottest team in the NFL right now. So they're getting Rashee Rice back. I know they feel like they're really going to be good offensively, explosive offensively, like they thought they were going to be this season now.
Mike Garafolo, NFL analyst. Get your Mobile One oil change at Gerard Tirecraft, 9845 41st Avenue. Proven protection for every drive you have. And speaking of the parity, and you mentioned the Chiefs there, they are sitting currently 3-3, but records aside, are they the best team right now in the AFC? You've got the Patriots right now sharing the division. They had the win over the Bills there. Steelers sitting where they are in a division where all the rest are under 500. Colts 5-1. But are the Chiefs your darling of the AFC right now at 3-3?
Yes. Sorry, if I'm shaking my head, it's because I'm getting texts that are just annoying me this morning. It's got nothing to do with football. Sorry about that. I didn't know. No, I just realized you were in the middle of asking your question, and I'm like this. I'm like, I hope that didn't look like I was doubting your question.
We do it all the time.
Yeah. No. It's a long story. Anyway. Yeah. I love what the Chiefs are doing. I love that they took the early part of the season to not panic and figure themselves out. Their losses have been close. It's not like they're getting run. Again, you look at, let's take the Eagles, for example. You look at that game against the Giants, like, okay, maybe like a lot of things happen and you lose on a fluky play. Like the Chiefs game against the Jaguars. You lose like something like that. They got run. They got dominated. Like, these are major red flags. I'm not seeing that from Kansas City. And I know we're in a results-oriented business where I say, oh, the Chiefs are the best team in the league. And you go, oh, they're 3-3. You repeat the record and you go, yeah, but that 3-3, look at it. Look at how it came to be and look where this team is going. So I love Kansas City right now. I know we're back in it. There was Patriots fatigue for years. Now we're in Chiefs fatigue. For those of us who cover the Super Bowl every year, you want new and fresh storylines. I went back. I was talking about this recently. When the Jaguars almost won the AFC Championship game in 2018 against the Patriots, and Miles Jack was ruled down when he should have been. Like that game would have been in a hammerlock for the Jaguars, and you're like, man, the Jaguars, what a fresh start. And then you wound up getting the Patriots again. It's like, oh, it's kind of the way a lot of people feel with the Chiefs, but you know what? It's excellence on display, and they look like they're headed that way again.
Buccaneers, Lions, one of the Monday nighters. Mike Evans returning to practice yesterday and talking about the AFC, and I know you mentioned the Packers, but they are worth their rate at 5-1, are they not?
The Buccaneers,
yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Todd Bowles done a fantastic job, and I think you go back a couple of years ago, he hired Dave Canales as an offensive coordinator. Everybody's like, oh, is that guy ready to be an offensive coordinator? He didn't have much of a choice because he couldn't get people to take interviews or take the job because they viewed him at the time as a lame duck head coach. He hires Dave Canales. They're successful. Canales becomes a head coach. In comes Liam Cohen. All of a sudden, there's a little bit more interest in the job. In comes Liam Cohen. They're successful. Liam Cohen gets an offensive coordinator job. This time, they're beating down his door. Everybody wants the offensive coordinator. Oh, all of a sudden now, he doesn't have to call anybody. They're all calling him. And in the end, they like Josh Grizzard, their new offensive coordinator, an internal promotion. And he's doing a fantastic job as well. And the whole operation, I think it's a really good front office. It's always been a really good front office. This is a really good head coach into coaching staff that's really found its rhythm over the last couple of years. This is my case all the time for why owners shouldn't be scared to hire defensive-minded head coaches. They always say, we got to get the young offensive mind. Get a defensive guy, because in this league, and this is what Todd Bowles' philosophy is, you've got to refresh your offensive philosophy anyway to stay ahead of the curve. So when you're bringing in new offensive coordinators because they're getting jobs as head coaches, that's what owners are afraid of. That's the thing that you can use to your advantage, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have really done that. I love Baker. I love watching Baker. I love covering Baker. Great for him. It's going to be a great storyline if he's relevant come January and February.
Another Brown quarterback that got away. Hula Boy Steve texts in, long story. I want to hear it. Anything you care to share from that text, or we'll keep that under wraps?
No, it's so I'm part of a golf outing on Monday, and I'm the middleman for like people who haven't signed up correctly, and I'm like, how did I get? No, you're adults. You're married. You've got mortgages. You've got kids. Like, stop putting this on me, because I know the guy that's running it, and I know the people that want in it, and I'm like, great, here's the website, here's where you send the check, go do it. And last night into today, I'm somehow still doing it. I don't know why, I don't know how. I think I'm just going to walk up to the tee box on Monday, tee off, and whoever's with me is with me.
Good plan. Godspeed, Mike. Good luck on that, and have a good week 7, man. Thanks again for your time.
You got it, guys. 4!
Mike Garafolo, your NFL insider and analyst. Mobile One, get your Mobile One oil change at Gerard Tire Craft. That's 9845 41st Avenue. Proven protection for every drive you have. We appreciate Mike's time today. You're right, though. It is a weird season, and you could make a case for almost everybody saying, oh, yeah, schedule looks pretty good. Right. I mean, it's all in our favor right now.
There's so many like 4-2, 3-2 football teams right now, and even the ones that are on the opposite side that are 2-3, and like that. I mean, he said it. Kansas City at 3-3 is his top.
And that's the problem in a parity season. You go to well, who's been there and who's done that, and regardless of the record right now, you trust in the experience.
I think we were all at the beginning of the year. We were all ready to be like Buffalo.
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
And then Buffalo has tripped over itself twice.
Fraudulent wins.
And exactly. And we're sitting there going, okay, well, maybe Buffalo's no better than the rest of the other 8 teams that are vying with them for a playoff spot.
Right.
So, I mean, we all kind of became NFL fans in an era where at the beginning of the year, you could pick 4 teams and you couldn't make money off of them.
Yeah.
Right. Because no one was going to take a bet against them.
Yeah.
And that's not the case. Like this is as parity driven an NFL as I've seen.
And that's great during the regular season. When the dust settles, I don't see the Chargers, the Colts, the Patriots representing the AFC. It's
that's just it. Like you
gold.
look at look at the records of some of those teams. You're like, what are they doing there?
Enjoy it while it's here.
Once again, thank God for the Jets. They at least bring sanity.
They are who they are.
Exactly.
We love them for it. Yeah. If you want to play trivia right now, text in 780-218-9999. Will's got the questions. We are going for 30-0 this morning in the 95.7 Cruise FM era. So
oh my God.
If you're listening on Cruise, text in once again, 780-218-9999. Say, Trev, I want to play trivia. You need 3 out of 5. That's coming up next, and we'll be sending you to Mr. Mike's. 780-218-9999. Hour 2 is brought to you by GameSense. Win gambling on NFL Week 7. Set a budget before you play. Stay informed. Visit GameSenseAB.ca to learn how. Remember, if you gamble, use your GameSense. The Nielson Show is always brought to you by Wil Fraser. Whoa. Edmonton's Train Home Comfort Specialist for nearly 50 years. You can get 10% off now any Train furnace, air conditioner, heat pump installation from now until the end of October. Coming up, as mentioned, kind of easy trivia. 3 questions too many as well. If you have any questions for myself, YouTube Trev, or specifically Wil Fraser, get them in that text line, 780-218-9999. Sobeys and Safeway Liquor Beer of the Week coming up midway through the 3rd hour. We'll be joined in studio. 88 Brewing will be sampling some solid gold amber lager. Your next chance at $50 to Sobeys and Safeway Liquor as well, all ahead of the wrap for William Huff. Trev's got a sports update right now, and that is brought to you by Windsor Plywood Leduc, locally owned and operated, serving Leduc and the surrounding area since 1993. Doors, flooring, baseboards, and of course, plywood. Go see the knowledgeable staff at Windsor Plywood Leduc. Here's the update.
The Oilers came up short last night, falling 4-2 to the New York Islanders. They'll continue their road trip on Saturday with a matinee matchup against the New Jersey Devils. Puck drop is set for 1:30. Tune in to the GCL Diesel pre- and post-game shows right here on Edmonton Sports Talk with Hernan Salas, Joaquin Gage, and Benny Thompson. Coverage begins at 12:30. Around the NHL last night, the Senators edged the Kraken 4-3. The Canadiens took down the Predators 3-2 in overtime. The Jets rolled past the Flyers 5-2. The Maple Leafs doubled up on the Rangers 2-1. And the Canucks get by the Stars 5-3. Just 4 games on the NHL schedule tonight. In the majors, the Blue Jays took Game 4 by a score of 8-2. Max Scherzer was sharp, tossing 6 innings while allowing just 3 hits and striking out 5 in what was his longest postseason outing since 2021. The Jays are back at it this afternoon for Game 5. Kevin Gausman gets the start for Toronto while the Mariners counter with Bryce Miller. First pitch is at 4:08. Meanwhile, the Dodgers are 1 win away from advancing to the World Series after a 3-1 victory last night. Game 4 of that series goes tonight. First pitch at 6:38. In the NFL, the Cincinnati Bengals held on for a 33-31 win over the Pittsburgh Steelers. Joe Flacco threw for 342 yards and 3 touchdowns in the victory. Cincinnati improves to 3-4 on the season, while the Pittsburgh Steelers drop to 4-2. Week 7 action continues on Sunday. In the CFL, Week 20 kicks off with 2 games today. The Saskatchewan Roughriders host the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. Kickoff at 6. With Dustin Nielson on the call. And later tonight, the Edmonton Elks travel west to face the BC Lions as they fight to keep their playoff hopes alive. Tune in to the Green and Gold Kickoff Show with Maddie and Milne at 7:30, followed by Game Time at 8:30. And back to hockey, the Edmonton Oil Kings look to build on their 8-2 start as they hit the road for a 2-game weekend trip beginning tomorrow night against the Prince Albert Raiders. Puck drop at 7. And over at Claire Drake Arena, the Golden Bears host UBC tonight. Puck drop also set for 7 o'clock. The Sports Update brought to you by Windsor Plywood Leduc, locally owned and operated, serving Leduc and the surrounding area since 1993. Doors, flooring, baseboards, and of course, plywood. Go see the knowledgeable staff at Windsor Plywood Leduc.
Hour 3 of the Nielson Show is on. Lieutenant Eric Wil Fraser in for Dustin Nielson today. YouTube Trev, you heard him there on the Sports Update.
It's the Schauspielerin?
Yeah. Well, you're practicing your German. You're killing it on the Duolingo. That's front 242 leading you, and you talking German over that track just seems to hit. Hey, on a dance party Friday. The 8 o'clock hour of the Nielson Show is brought to you by GD Liquidators, auctions and appraisals, Edmonton's one-stop shop for new and used warehouse, office, and industrial items for almost 40 years. Don't miss their monthly online auctions. www.gdliquidators.com. Canadian owned and operated. Make them your first call. 780-447-2787, or you can check them out 14510. 124th Avenue. Good morning to everyone listening on the iHeart Radio app, the TuneIn Radio app, the source, EdmontonSportsTalk.com. Of course, hello to everybody watching on YouTube. Hit that thumbs up. Everybody in the nasty chat. I think there's about 5 Atifs right now in the nasty chat, so we'll try to figure what's going on out there.
They're multiplying.
And, of course, 95.7 Cruise FM, in which we are looking to go 30-0 on kind of easy trivia in the Cruise FM era. Of course, $25 to Mr. Mike's will be up for grabs, and you'll be unlocking a Club Beat Loop remix from the vault, to which we kind of had a bit of a preview listen earlier on the show, did we not, Wil Fraser?
This is deep cut.
This is a good one, yeah. Especially after last night's hockey game.
Right.
I think, right? Like, it seems to hit after that. So.
It does feel like a throwback.
You think it's bad now.
Yeah.
Oh, no. It was a lot worse.
Things couldn't get any worse than the loss to the Islanders.
Sure, yeah.
Not true.
With the perennial Stanley Cup final team. So, Yeah, we'll get to that. Hopefully this next contestant can get us to that 30-0 mark, unlock the Club Beat Loop remix, and we'll be sending them off to Mr. Mike's. Sobeys Safeway Liquor Beer of the week midway through the hour. And 3 questions too many right after trivia. If you have any questions, again, get them in. 780-218-9999. It is the Paris Jewelers inbox. You may even win text of the day for Royal Pizza via one of those questions. And the wrap for William Huff coming up later on in the hour. But it looks like we've got somebody. Trevor's given me the signal. Who do we got on the line? Who's going for 30-0 today? What a prestigious.
This is Golf Pro Trav.
Golf Pro Trav. Good morning. How are you doing?
Excellent. How you doing, boys?
Good, thanks.
Not bad.
Have you played trivia before?
Yeah, 3 times, I think.
Oh, I love it. What's your record? 3-0?
Yes, 3-0.
Love it. So you're playing for Mr. Mike's. New location opening soon in Bonnie Doon. Check out MrMikes.ca for more details.
The serenity.
Yes. Order online at Skip the Dishes, DoorDash, or Mr. Mike's. Eat locally, enjoy casually. $25 to get Mr. Mike's on the line. Club Beat Loop remix from the vault. We're looking to go 30-0. All you need is 3 out of 5. We'll start the ticker after. Do you want to read the questions?
No. This is all you, bud.
I will. This ticker will start after I read the first question. Good luck, man. Who do the Elks play tonight?
Pass.
Who do the Jays play tonight?
Mariners.
Who do the Brewers play tonight?
Dodgers.
How many points does Evan Bouchard have this season?
0.
Has Connor McDavid signed a contract extension?
Yes.
30-0! Let's go!
Unbelievable. I'm going to step in and take over the coaching duties of the team.
Whoa.
I mean, there's blood all over my hands in this, too, as well, because I put the lineup together. And
Ansel back to pass.
You know what? I saw it in his eyes.
5 days of isolation.
Talks a little junk coming back.
5 yards deep in your living room.
Bette Midler is going to be in the park today. Hessel in again. Scores again.
Adam Pac-Man Jones. Nugent Hopkins scores.
I love it.
Craig's on it.
You need to be patient. It's going to be Craig McTavish. Craig's on it. I know that for sure. Craig's on it. It's kind of like the garbage truck. Craig's on it. Pulling out of your cul-de-sac, it's just kind of. And if anybody's going to find the solution, it's going to be Craig McTavish. I know that for sure.
Mel Gibson, Michelle Pfeiffer,
Craig McTavish.
Tequila Sunrise, Raul Julia, written and directed by
Todd Nelson.
Matt T behind the bench, genius. You know what? I saw it in his eyes. This is when you see the results.
I put the lineup together in the roster.
Craig's on it.
Whoa.
A lot to unpack from that one, but that was a time.
Did you chef that up?
Yes.
Man, good job.
Oh,
those are awesome. Those are so good, man.
I was on a lot.
Yeah, those are so good.
Bacon and Red Bull. Hey?
Yeah. And hard-boiled eggs.
And credit to Dallas Eakins. We were telling you, Trev,
on it.
at that time in the
I think
Oilers.
that was after he'd just been fired. I think that was his press conference where he got fired and Craig had taken over coaching duties.
He's got this for sure.
Craig's on it.
Craig's on it.
For sure.
You mentioned, though, we'd come into work every day to a gold mine of audio.
So
I couldn't wait to hit play on it. I'm like, what are we going to deal with today? Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Like, it was easy. Life was easy.
Yeah.
So, yeah, thank you to Craig and Dallas Eakins and everybody else. And you meant Tequila Sunrise. Dusty and you went to Mexico, and he figured out what a Tequila Sunrise was.
Yeah. Had no idea that this drink existed.
What a time. Craig Zonick. Congratulations, Golf Pro Trav. 30-0 now in the 95.7 Cruise FM era. I think there's an applause button on one of the hotkeys there. If you just punch one there. Yeah. We had the applause in there along with the boo you
I knew
suck.
if I could.
Sure, yeah. Well, we get it too. Okay. Well.
He's hooves for hands.
Okay.
I'm more donkey than man.
Golf Pro Trav's off to Mr. Mike's. 3 questions too many right now for the great staff at Park Mazda, where dealer principal Mitchell Wicki is nothing but man. Check him out today in the park, Sherwood Park, or online, parkmazda.ca. Park Mazda, your dealer for life. Social media accounts. Let's go around the horn here and let people know where they can follow you online. Wil Fraser, start us off.
Wikipedia. You can find me on Wikipedia. Actually, I don't know if you
Do you have a page?
Yeah,
someone be something.
If not, if you're a Wikipedia editor listening, feel free.
Yeah, there you are. Has daily blurbs in the Stony Plain Spectator.
Yeah,
Is that
that's
the
right.
Yeah. Editorials, if you will. Okay, so that's good there.
Find me at your local newsstand.
Yes. YouTube Trev, where can people find you online? Are you on Instagram back again?
It's funny. I actually just downloaded it for the first time in quite a while. Yesterday.
He's back.
But there's nothing. I'm just like,
doesn't matter. We can send ourselves
but a
videos
thirst
now.
trap. That's all it is, buddy.
I will say, I have whatever I was trying to accomplish. I think I did because I went on it. I was like, man, this does nothing for me, and then I just went off. So it's good. I have
little dead inside.
Yeah, I have no desire
embrace
to
it,
go
buddy.
on it.
Wait till
Thank
you're,
you.
Wait till
But
you're 48.
You can follow me on Twitter. That's the main one I'm on right now. YouTube_Trev. Give that a follow. You want to see what I'm up to? I'll be going to good old Kingsway tonight, having a few brewskis. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Let's go.
It should be a great night for sports. Obviously, you got your Jays, you got your Mariners, you got the Elks and the Lions as well. A crucial game for the Elks. Dodgers, Brewers. It's all, as I said, eye the hurricane when it comes to sports right now. And of course, a slight NHL slate. Oilers not in action. They'll have the back-to-back matinees tomorrow and Sunday. Devils and Red Wings. In that. So, yeah, lots going on tonight in the Sportosphere. Join YouTube Trev if you want at the BP's Kingsway. That's the one? Yeah. So, head on down there. Question number 1. Machine Gun Kelly is your Grey Cup halftime act.
Yeah.
What is your favorite MGK track?
Didn't he do a diss track once? Didn't he do like a diss of...
Well... Which leads me to the question 1B in this. I do wonder, I was just joking with the track. I don't expect you to know his catalog, obviously. That was just but what are you, is this just going to be, it better not just be him coming up and performing a few songs and going off. What do you forecast? I'm not too familiar with I know who he is.
Yeah.
But I don't know what he does. I don't know if he's beefing with somebody right now. I don't know. So... going back from last year's Super Bowl and the whole, if you really take a deep dive into the rabbit hole of what that whole performance meant and the innuendo of Freemasonry and all this other stuff of calling out Drake, how do you foresee this performance going? Is it going to be typical Canadiana where he does come out there, sing a few songs, there's a sled dog, and then everybody goes home happy? Right. Or do you see this, is it Machine Gun Kelly and a surprise performer and something else?
I think it was the Saskatchewan Grey Cup when they had the snowmobiles doing backflips.
The loop-de-loop, yeah.
I don't know why we've gone away from that.
Well, it's in Winnipeg, so you could have it realistically.
It should just be snowmobiles doing backflips and super dogs. Basically.
780-218-9999, Machine Gun Kelly, and what else do you want in this Grey Cup halftime performance? YouTube Trev, you are a man of youth. Is this an artist that you have had on your Ute? Has he been on your iPod on the shuffle? No?
I might get
on
a lot of.
Zune?
I'm just looking at the nasty chat right now.
Zune?
Not a very popular opinion, but growing up, I was an MGK fan, still am.
Yeah, well, a lot of people are.
They were, hey.
So yeah, man, I was all over the beef he had with Eminem. It was Rap Devil.
It was, that's right.
Rap Devil.
Yeah.
Okay. And then Eminem, he came back with Kill Shot.
Yeah.
And both good. It was awesome. I liked it. It was the first time, man. It was good. I like it when the artists have beef, especially rap artists. It was sick.
But so this speaks to you.
So yeah, I like it. As far as he's more of a grunge, little rock. He after Eminem kind of destroyed him, he was just like, I think I've had it with rap.
Went back in the lab.
Yeah. And so I actually don't mind his stuff. What he's cooking up now, it's not bad. I know it's not everyone's cup of tea. I don't mind it. I like it. He does covers. There's a few songs, but my favorite is one of his OG tracks, Wild Boy. It's pretty good. I like it.
So correct me if I'm wrong. This won't be a rap performance as much as it will be a band. Is that what I'm thinking? Like, is he part of the band now?
Travis Barker? Yeah, the drummer
from Blink.
Yeah. So I know he's collabed with him quite a bit.
Okay.
But he's
more a producer with him than he is part of the band.
But maybe Barker makes an appearance as well.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
That'd be great.
I know MGK did. It was the All-Star game. During the middle of the All-Star game when they had their intermission, whatever, he came out and he had a song, or he did his performance and whatnot. It was okay. The NHL crowd wasn't really into it. So that's the only thing I want. There's nothing worse than a song or, an artist performing. They're like, how's it going? Just crickets.
A Winnipeg crowd is an appreciative crowd. I think it'll be fine.
Yeah.
I think too, halftime at Grey Cups, I mean, you go for a smoke. You go run routes in the parking lot
and a bison burger.
You go, you do your thing. I mean, it's not so much the NFL where it is a concert in the middle of a game where people
not only that, but the NFL is full of corporate seats.
Yeah,
right. Like it is a bunch of executives trying to cheat on their spouses.
But I don't mind this. I like it. It's something fresh. It's something new. It's not Trooper.
I love it.
Yeah, you are a youth and you love it. So that's what they're trying to do. So
I'm getting attacked in the nasty chat.
Oh, come on, leave him alone. This is fine. It's for the youth.
Yeah,
this is good.
If you don't think he's a good halftime act, you haven't actually been physically to a Grey Cup.
Yeah,
a Grey Cup is kind of like it is just a party.
Yes, you let your hair down, you have fun.
Yeah. Like, no one really worries that much about image.
Or should you?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It is still one of the few sporting events out there that is still just for the general fan, not for the Coca-Cola executive.
Yeah. I would have liked Zachary Top, but I'll leave it at that. Question number 2. Biggest fraud right now in the National Football League?
Biggest fraud?
Yes.
Ooh, let me.
We were talking about the parity.
I was just looking at those standings.
Yeah, and they're...
And
that could go either way.
I really don't like Aaron Rodgers, so I will still put the Steelers there. I just think he falls apart at some point.
And they benefit of the division right now and the way it stacks up.
Yeah. And I'm going to look on the other side of things for frauds, like teams with the record that does not translate. And I know their record is awful.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not who they are, and it's the Ravens.
Yes, injuries have played a part.
Yeah.
I know Iwanek said the first 4 weeks would be tough. He prognosticated that, and he was right. You do think, though, that they'll get it on track eventually.
I don't know if there'll be enough season left.
That's the problem there. Yeah. But you squeak in, you find a way in.
But they are definitely not a team that I want on my schedule on the second half of the season.
Absolutely. I think the Colts could make. I don't know. I just for some reason I won't believe in the Colts.
You're not supposed to. It's the Colts.
That's what I'm saying. That's where the fraudulent. I will say the Bills. I'm a Bills fan. They haven't done anything to prove, even at a 4-2 record right now. So until they prove otherwise, I mean, I will call them frauds. In a year, which you mentioned earlier, you were having Super Bowl dreams. Final year at Highmark, the old Highmark, I guess is what they're calling it now. But Chargers are always frauds. I don't care what they do really during the regular season. They won't really go anywhere.
Does this new, completely off topic, does this new stadium kill that team?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. There are certain teams. I know they discussed this in the hangout yesterday. I'm all for the flash and dash, and whether or not you think it attracts players or whatnot, I get that. Facilities are a big thing these days. But when you're taking away a stadia like the Bills have right now, which is very unique in its setting, and how that fan base kind of gets together and does their partying, I do worry that it will get a little too corporate-y.
Yeah.
And it's too much.
Can you imagine spending $80,000 for the right to purchase season tickets? Not for season tickets.
I don't.
But for the right to purchase those season tickets.
Look,
and it's not 41 home games as you have in the NHL. It's not 80 plus as you have in Major League Baseball. It is 10.
Yeah, in which you could be facing the NFC, South, for half of them or whatever.
Yeah.
I know. But back to the point. You know me, rider guy. I'll take Taylor Field back in a heartbeat, because when you moved away from that, as crappy as it was, and everybody talks about McMahon too, but you move away from some of those places where you've got the grit and the grime, and especially in a sport like football. I don't think you should have too much of a polished gem to play in. As nice as they are, you can take that and put it there.
It's not supposed to be your living room.
No. If you want the comforts, you stay at home. You go to watch a football game. You don't want to be entertained with magicians and all this other stuff. So I personally don't like it. I do fear for the Bills in that regard. It's going to be nice. I get all that, and that's fine. You can put that over here, but you will be losing a little bit of something getting away from that.
It does feel like football right now is going through its Astrodome moment. And what I mean by that is Major League Baseball, the Astrodome came along, and then every Major League Baseball team decided they needed a futuristic stadium.
Yes.
And it culminated with the old Sky Dome. And it just became sterile. It became unwelcoming. And then Camden Yards was built. And it had a throwback feel. And everyone gushed over the idea of the uniqueness and character. And as you, to quote you, the griminess sort of feel.
There's something to it.
And you had Major League Baseball going, you know what? Instead of moving into the middle of nowhere and just building a huge parking lot, we should be in the middle of a city so that people have that sense of community to and from a game. And it feels like the NFL didn't learn a single thing from the last 30 plus years of Major League Baseball and are doing the exact same mistakes. They are moving into the middle of nowhere, buying up a ton of land, building a huge parking lot, and turning it into
paved paradise,
a trip to the vet, right?
Exactly. No, I'm very passionate on that. I love old stadiums. I love old arenas. I love the old, but I do understand that renovations, maybe I get the business part of it. Anyways, question 3. Today is National Pasta Day. Gentlemen, your favorite pasta to eat, both style and a sauce accompaniment as well. As I am going out, I mentioned tonight, my anniversary dinner, we're going to an Italian restaurant. Pasta place.
Yeah. Well, so first of all, it's lasagna. It's lasagna with an absolute.
I am enthused.
An absolute bullet. Like you cannot beat. Like lasagna is as close to the similarities with pizza, where it's like even a bad lasagna is still pretty good.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah.
The problem is pasta's the one thing I've had to cut from my diet.
Yes, I remember you had a something bread at one of the shows in the old place, and you were wrecked.
Well, it's just like
you're not a starch guy anymore.
Well, like the ultra processed flours, like especially for pastas. Like I think it's is it semolina wheat or whatever it is.
No idea,
man. Oh my god, it's like my stomach's gonna explode afterwards. So. I'm an old man. I can't handle the gas that comes from pasta anymore.
Well, thank you for the confession.
It's because I'm still married. If I was just
you'd be
at home
3 plates a day.
As a hermit, I would I would be creating natural gas.
Will, I think you've had enough. Give me another plate of pasta, you brain dead hick.
Yeah.
So what's your record for lasagna layers consumed? I once had a 20-layer lasagna piece.
20 layers?
Yeah. It was at a restaurant downtown.
What?
They serve it by the slice, and it was 20. It was taller than it was wide. It was amazing.
That's insanity.
Yeah, it was cool. I was very enthused.
I was gonna say like 5. I think 5 is probably the most.
Sure. Yeah. Well, this was a
20 layers.
It was a specialty. I'll never forget it.
That's insanity.
But I do, and Trev, I don't know if you've got a pasta that sticks out in your mind. I'm a big ravioli's great because you've got the pocket. And within that pocket, you can really do a lot of.
Is it a bit of nostalgia? Like, does it remind you of being like a 4-year-old kid and your mom with the old
the
Chef Boyardee?
When it comes to Chef Boyardee, the raviolis. You can have your spaghetti. I don't know.
Yeah.
Ravioli, Chef Boyardee. That was his Cadillac.
That was mine when I was a little kid.
But I think ravioli now, you grow up, you can go to restaurants and you can get a lot of stuff in there. You can get your meats, your cheese, you can get seafood, you can get whatever in ravioli.
Yeah.
So
my oldest son would say gnocchi.
The gnocchi.
Yeah.
Isn't that more of a potato?
It is. But it is
like
kind of pasta-like in that it's still rolled and what have you.
Yeah.
Yes, Dallas.
Dallas Aikens does not eat.
No,
pasta.
he will abstain from this.
Yeah, he doesn't even enter a room if there's pasta.
I will not be talking about this. Yeah. But what do you got?
I've been on a real big tortellini kick as of late.
Tortellini's good too.
Good call. Yeah,
that's a good one too.
I love me some tortellini. But all time since I can remember, I was a young chap. It's always been penne. Give me the penne.
Okay.
Oh, I love penne.
No
Drown
rotini
myself
love
in
here.
penne.
Well, the penne, the rotinis, you make a sauce, and the sauce can hide in that tube.
Yeah, that's what I love about
It's a
the
game changer.
rotini.
That's why I like the hole in the pasta.
Yeah. Macaroni, I guess, for a
And
smaller,
then
but
you can fork it, if you know what I mean. You put your fork in it, and you can have like 3.
very
in one
satisfying.
Bite. It is satisfying.
The trident of the.
I did it as a kid.
The
Nice.
pasta trident.
Ooh, I got it.
Still do it now.
No, I hear you there. Yeah.
No love for just good old spaghettis, hey?
I think everybody can go down on a plate of spaghetti, no problem there. But it's it's a workman's
Standard.
pasta. Yeah, standard.
That's to be expected.
And a little
right?
frustrating at times.
Yeah,
it can
is.
be on your.
It can be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you use the spoon twist?
Yeah.
If you're doing the you put in the.
But if I want the long noodles, I'd prefer fettuccine.
So
fettuccine,
both
spaghettini. It's
both
the
of my
smaller
sons,
spaghetti.
Yes.
Both of my sons are now away at university, and so I spent the last year of both of them in high school. Being a good parent, I had spent their entire life just giving them properly balanced meals and what have you.
Yes.
And so knowing that they were going away to university, I had to teach them how to eat like a poor person.
Mm-hmm.
And so the one night I showed them how to make butter noodles.
Yes.
And they thought they'd died and gone to heaven. They couldn't believe that I had held out butter noodles for them that long.
Don't sleep on them butter noodles.
Exactly, right? Like, leftover spaghetti with a dollop of butter and just throw that
That's
in the
the
microwave.
Italian late night snack, right? A little oil and a little maybe
Some
pepper,
parm.
a hot pepper, and then you're laughing. Yeah. A little bit of parm. Let's get to a sports update here. Of course, hour 3 of the Nielson Show brought to you by GD Liquidators. Auctions and appraisals, Edmonton's one-stop shop for new and used warehouse, office, and industrial items for almost 40 years. Don't miss their monthly online auctions. That's www.gdliquidators.com. Canadian owned and operated. Make them your first call. It's 780-447-2787. Or you can check them out 14510 124th Avenue. If you are listening on the iHeart TuneIn radio app, edmontonsportstalk.com. Hey, if you're watching on YouTube this morning, I know a lot of people are getting their passes in. No love for Katie and sliced up hot dogs. I mean, again, a workman's like
No,
meal
you're
there.
not supposed to have love for it. You accept it.
You accept it. It's
but you don't love it.
It's required in every pantry. But let's hit 200 likes. Smash that thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And of course, everybody listening on 95.7 Cruise FM. We'll take a quick break for a sports update from YouTube. Trev, on the way, Sobeys and Safeway Liquor Beer of the Week returns. That's your next chance at $50 to Sobeys and Safeway Liquor. We'll be joined by Michael Evans. He is from 88 Brewing, and we'll be trying the Solid Gold Amber Lager. That's coming up next. But first, a sports update as promised, and it's for the Garrison Memorial Golf and Curling Club. They are accepting registration now for Thursday Night Men's Curling League. Plus, you can book your bonspiel for the upcoming season, then you get a free ice rental with the purchase of a buffet dinner. Great deal there. EGMGolf.com for more details. Here's the update.
The Oilers came up short last night, falling 4-2 to the New York Islanders. The Oil will continue their road trip on Saturday with a matinee matchup against the New Jersey Devils. That one gets underway at 1:30. Tune in to the GCL Diesel pre- and post-game shows this time with Hernan Salas, Joaquin Gage, and Benny Thompson. Coverage begins at 12:30. Elsewhere in the NHL last night, the Senators edged the Kraken 4-3. The Canadiens get the job done against the Predators 3-2 in overtime. The Jets all over the Flyers 5-2. The Leafs double up on the Rangers 2-1, and the Canucks get by the Stars 5-3. Just 4 games that dot the schedule tonight in the NHL. Last night in the majors, the Blue Jays take Game 4 by the score of 8-2. Max Scherzer threw for 6 innings, allowing only 3 hits and added 5 strikeouts in what was his longest postseason outing since 2021. The Jays hit the mound once again today for Game 5. Kevin Gausman gets the start for the Blue Jays while the Mariners counter with Bryce Miller. First pitch at 4:08. As for the Dodgers, they could advance to the World Series after a 3-1 win from last night. Game 4 of that series goes tonight. First pitch at 6:38. To the NFL, the Cincinnati Bengals do hold on with a victory last night over the Steelers. 33-31 is the score. Joe Flacco threw for 342 yards, good enough for 3 touchdowns. The Bengals now improved to 3-4 on the season, while the Steelers fall to 4-2. Week 7 action continues this Sunday. 2 games tip off CFL Week 20 today as the Saskatchewan Roughriders welcome in the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. Kickoff at 6 with Dustin Nielson on the call. And later this evening, the Edmonton Elks head west to take on the BC Lions. They look to keep their playoff hopes alive. Be sure to tune in to the Green and Gold Kickoff Show. Coverage begins at 7:30 with Maddie and Milne. Game time at 8:30. And back to hockey, the Edmonton Oil Kings look to improve on their 8-2 record when they hit the road for 2 games this weekend, starting with a bout against the Prince Albert Raiders tomorrow. Puck drop goes at 7, and the Golden Bears welcome in UBC tonight at the Claire Drake Arena. This one gets going at 7 o'clock as well. The Sports Update is brought to you by the Garrison Memorial Golf and Curling Club, accepting registration now for Thursday Night Men's Curling League. Plus, book your Bonspiel for the upcoming season and get free ice rental with the purchase of a buffet dinner. Visit egmgolf.com for more details. I'm YouTube Trev. You're up to date.
All right, we're back. Hour 3 of the Nielson Show continuing, 8:35 here. Lieutenant Eric, Wil Fraser, YouTube Trev on the Sports Update. Nielson Show presented as always by Weiss Johnson, Edmonton's train home comfort specialist for nearly 50 years. Once again, remember for the month of October, 10% off any new train furnace, air conditioner, or heat pump installation. Bundle a furnace with an AC or heat pump. Get 25% off package price. Visit wjsportstalk.com for more details. Edmonton Sports Talk presented by Play Alberta. Coming up 9 to 11. Of course, the EST Hangout. Matt Iwanek, Blue Guy, will be coming in as well. Tom Gazzola and a variety of guests. So keep it locked here. If you're listening, iHeartRadio app, TuneIn Radio app, YouTube. Once again, smash that thumbs up. The pursuit of 200 continues. On the likes, we should be able to hit that by the end of this segment, leading into the wrap for William Huff. Look at that, 29 away. So easy to do today. And yes, 95.7 Cruise FM, we thank them as well. And if you are listening on the FM dial this morning, good morning to you. Let's get into Sobeys and Safeway Liquor Beer of the Week right now. We are joined, he made the trek from 88 Brewing, Michael Evans. Welcome to the show, Mike. How you doing?
Doing great. Thanks for having me.
Good, yes. Wil Fraser in for Dustin Nielson. He will have the call tonight. CFL, of course, Week 20, double dip. Riders, Bombers, and Elks, Lions. But you brought some beer, and you told me, too, before you came on, that, I mean, we're trying one specific, of course, the deal. We will get into that. But you did bring our host, Dustin. He ordered, so I got to let you know, we had a staff meeting the other night. Right. And if you're ordering pizza for a staff meeting, you kind of want to order more, right? Because then you can keep it for the next day. And people, so you today brought beer that we're trying, but you also brought a few more. Just in case, right? Like,
I always think it's better to have extra and not need it instead of have less and then need it. So I did bring some bonus beer.
Crazy. I love it.
If we have time to get to it.
Oh, we will make time.
If not, I'll just, drink it when I get home.
We'll make time. Will's been learning German all morning on the show. He found out the German for beer. Will, if you want to.
It's tricky. Beer.
Beer, like a Bostonian accent. Yeah, okay, I love it.
Bostonian accent. Yeah.
Michael Evans, you are the what? Tell us about you, your title, what you do at 88 Brewing.
So with 88, I've been with them for just over 4 years now. I'm the Northern Alberta sales rep. I actually live and work here in Edmonton.
Oh, perfect.
So, I'm familiar with the city, and Edmonton's been really kind to us as a Calgary brewery. So it's great, spreading the love of 88 all over Northern Alberta.
We've had you guys on this segment in the past. I know I've been lucky to collect some of the stickers. Very nice. Just for people maybe that don't know the name, where does that all come from? I think you could probably guess, but just going into the history of the brewery, all of that with the 88.
So the name 88 comes from the year that Calgary hosted the Winter Olympics in 1988. The reason we chose that is, we really wanted to honor just a great time.
Do you know the three?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. Okay.
So we're working with Noah Bowman, who's a freestyle skier, Isabel Wildman, who is a speed skater, and then Adam Kingsmill, who's a sledge hockey player for the Paralympics.
All these breweries usually have a good story. It's nice to drink for a good cause and supporting something as well while you're sipping a few back.
100%. We want to give back to the community, help out local athletes, and look cool while doing it. So
now the beer of the week this week, and you can get it Sobeys and Safeway Liquor right now, $10.99 for a 6-pack, the 355 milliliter cans, the Solid Gold Amber Lager. A new beer, something you guys are reintroducing, or give us a history of this specific brew?
Kind of both, actually. So this started off as something our brewers and our ownership were like hanging out the tap room, like, this is the beer I want to drink. So we started it off as a tap room exclusive, and it just kept doing really well for us. And we're like, we got to put this in cans. And now it's going to be pretty much a part of our core line going forward, we think.
Okay. Amber Lager speaks to me. Will, your thoughts on Amber Lager as a...
Perfect time of year for it.
Absolutely.
Especially Grey Cup right around the corner.
Yeah.
Like those types of moments. This is sounds like a very crushable
Fits
beer.
the season.
100%. So with this beer, we really wanted to bring the best of like a more European amber style lager and then bring in some North American hop influences to it.
Yeah.
So you're getting that crisp, nice finish with notes of toffee, biscuit, a little bit of like toasted bread to it. And we're hitting it with some Cascade and a little bit of Columbus hops. It's soft aromas of grapefruit and a little bit of orange peel. Super crushable beer. Excellent beer to drink in the shower too.
Okay. Well, I love a shower beer.
Oh, it's the perfect shower beer because it's only 4.5%, crisp, crushable, done in 10
When I get cleaned up later today, then I'm going to take those for a test drive. But let's dive into it. Let's crack a can. Let's solve a sample. Once again, it's the 88 Brewing Solid Gold Amber Lager. It is your beer of the week. $10.99 right now for a 6-pack at all Sobeys and Safeway Liquor.
Color.
Also, text in Beer Me 780-218-9999.
Pouring them tall.
Whoa. Well, we're not. He only brought one extra, so that's fine. God, I love you.
That was a little heavy.
No, that's fine. I like a good head. Michael, you could be. We do a yearly award show for Guest of the Year, and you are certainly working your way into it. An award could be in your future next autumn there, Mike. So once again, text Beer Me 780-218-9999. You'll all go into a drum. And somebody will get it. I know Dudley was kind of curious about this contest, but somebody will get the $50 to Sobeys and Safeway Liquor, where you can pick up one of these $10.99 6-packs, the Solid Gold Amber Lager 88 Brewing. So you did mention kind of what we can expect from... thank you very much.
Actually, you know what? I'm going to trade glasses.
He knows his audience.
Okay, so but once again, Amber Lager, you had a lot of ingredient in there, a bready kind of caramelly type.
So we're using a nice collection and selection of very European style malts for the base, just to give it like that bready, biscuity flavor that a lot of European, especially
it's on
like
the
Czech
nose
style.
too.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Okay, boys. Well, cheers to the
Prost.
Prost to the Jays and the Mariners.
Prost. Oh, that is. You guys always seem to be a crowd-pleasing beer.
Oh, thank you.
I mean, I think most of what Alberta is doing is absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
I think we're aided in that we were slightly behind the craft beer revolution, and so we've learned from other people's mistakes. But sometimes some brewers can get caught up in what judges want and not necessarily what the general public loves. And what I love about 88 is you guys, you nail it as far as...
We want to make beer that we want to drink.
Yeah. And this is definitely one of them.
No, and shower forecast as well. I think that you hit it on the mark there.
What a well-balanced beer.
Delicious. Once again, Beer Me, 780-218-9999. You'll go into a draw for $50 to Sobeys and Safeway Liquor. Well, once again, the deal for these, $10.99 for a 6-pack Solid Gold Amber Lager at all Sobeys and Safeway Liquor from 88 Brewing. What's the other treat you had in store here? We do have enough.
We got time.
We got time.
And we've got empty glasses.
Yes.
So the next one I brought is one of my personal favorites.
And mine too.
Oh, you've had this one before?
Oh, yeah.
Nice. So the next one I brought is our Hi-Fi. It's a hazy IPA, 6.7%. And this one's all juicy, citrus, notes of berry on the nose.
Yeah, and it'll put you
soft,
under the
creamy
table,
body.
Pouring them good again. I love it. Yeah.
That first beer I poured is a shower beer where I'd say this is a hot tub beer. You want to sit down and enjoy this one.
Great point. Yeah. And I know as I said, we've had you on before. We probably discussed it, but the art on the cans, you said it's an 80s vibe, but is this an in-house thing or who does this kind of?
We actually work with a great company in Calgary called Public Eye. They were actually formed around us. It was two different designers we both wanted to work with, and they decided to start a company. And they've been helping us design beers since 2018.
And we do have listeners down in Calgary. And for people who maybe aren't familiar, 88 Brewing, this is a place where you can go. I mean, give us a sense of how people can kind of see the brick and mortar of the place.
Yeah, so our brick and mortar is on Portland Street in Calgary. It's just over in Ramsey area.
Okay.
Great spot for pizza. We do this excellent Sicilian style deep dish pizza.
Good.
So big, fluffy bread, incredible toppings. And it's just an awesome vibe to hang out. We have beer, we have non-beer options, we've got wine, something a little bit for everything. Definitely kid-friendly as well if you want to bring the kiddos around. And during the summer, we have an excellent patio as well.
You been, Will? To the
Not the one in Calgary.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
But I think people like Mike have done such a nice job that there's a lot of establishments that have your product.
Oh, yeah. No, it's a very recognizable brand.
Oh, yeah. You
sure,
can definitely find us throughout Edmonton.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Enjoy, pal.
All right. Well, guest, would you like to cheers to anything in particular as well for the next...
Say to the Jays.
To the Jays, I guess?
We already did that for the first
I don't know. Let's cheers to
Are you a Jays fan?
I'm a Brewers fan. I like Milwaukee.
Oh,
well, cheers to the Brewers.
Yeah.
The Brew Crew. Yeah, I love it.
The comeback.
Yes.
Prost.
Yeah, that's your hot tub. That's your...
That's a hot tub beer, right?
Yeah. Or a bath beer. Trevor over here loves taking baths.
Or a floor beer.
Well, that too. But what's going on in this one specifically?
So this is our flagship hazy IPA. So a little bit boozier at 6.7%.
Yes.
This one, we're just trying to make a big juice bomb of a soft beer. So you're getting a lot of those big citrus notes, definitely some grapefruit, a little bit of red berry on the nose, just a soft, clean palate with low balanced bitterness.
Yeah, it's not hard when you look at the percentage and you kind of, that scares away to the eye, but this is soft is a good way of putting it.
Yeah, very soft mouthfeel. It's
This is brunch beer is what this is.
Yeah, it's like almost a mimosa.
Yeah, man.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, you hit it there. Once again, $10.99. We are doing the Solid Gold Amber Lager. That's the beer we sampled first here from 88 Brewing. $10.99 for a 6-pack. Sobeys and Safeway Liquor. As Will mentioned, tonight, Elks, Lions, late at night. With the weather as it is, a perfect beer for how it is. The timing couldn't be better. And we try to kind of line these drinks up. During the summer, we have a lot of those mixed drinks. But this particular beer, great for right now, October 17th. So get it today. $10.99 for a 6er, the Solid Gold Amber Lager, 88 Brewing. And once again, this one, the Hi-Fi Hazy IPA, you can get as well. And all the stuff from 88 Brewing, Sobeys and Safeway Liquor.
That neighbor or friend who has the outdoor fire pit, just grab this from Sobeys, walk over there, get the birch out, have a nice evening fire. This would be the perfect accompaniment.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And you can do that. We'll give you $50 to Sobeys and Safeway Liquor. Text and beer me. Once again, 780-218-9999. We'll put you all in a drum, and one of you lucky texters will be $50 richer in Sobeys and Safeway Liquor credits. Mike, thank you for taking the time, and thank you for bringing more than what was needed, because I think that's always a good rule of thumb.
Yeah. You never want to show up to a party shorthanded.
Right? Or order just enough pizza for a party and not have any leftovers.
Never underestimate your crowd.
Exactly.
No, right?
Yeah. Thanks so much, Mike. Appreciate the time. We'll play the playout music and we'll let him go here.
Thanks, Mike. Delicious, as always.
There you go. Thanks once again to Michael Evans.
Well, I came in on the right Friday.
Well, and it's funny whenever Dustin's away, and I love all the guests we have on this segment, but they are a little different. And Sobeys Safeway Liquor Beer of the Week, sometimes Drink of the Week.
Yeah.
And we've had some interesting, guests and you love trying new stuff. And so, but this is in the wheelhouse. Like this is.
I came in this morning. I'm like, so what's up? He goes 88. I'm like,
yeah. It's a no-brainer. So I will take every Friday if 88 would come in. And again, all of our other brewers and guests are great as well. But this one really sticks to the ribs. I love this one. Both the shower beer of the week, the Amber Lager, and the surprise Hi-Fi Hazy IPA, which we didn't know was coming in.
Yeah.
But a good... One's over here and one's over here.
Yeah.
Like a good mix there for the two. So
listen, if you are that person who has never been a beer drinker, and then the craft beer revolution took place.
Yes.
And you went and you had an IPA.
Mm-hmm.
And it was so bitter, your face caved in on itself. And you're like, well, if this is what new beer is, I have no interest.
Right.
And so then from then on...
Well, you remember the early days of this segment too. Yeah.
And so from then on, every time you saw pale ale, you said, no, you need to understand that pale ale is a broad category.
Sure.
And so a hazy IPA is not the IPA that you had 10 years ago.
Yeah.
It is juicy and fresh.
The game has changed, baby.
It is so good.
We've evolved.
Beer is so good now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's wild how much better it continues to get. And yeah. And then that amber. Oh my goodness.
Well, and I just find it funny. And Trev, I mean, given Dustin's
summer. All summer. Are you going to say what I think you're going to say?
No.
What was it?
We're you. Yeah.
Well, we're beer guys. We're beer guys, right?
Yeah.
Love beer.
I like beer.
Yeah, it just so happened. Like I love the coolers. I love what we were getting all summer.
Yes.
The iced tea. The fruity drinks. They were good. They were good.
Yeah.
But every time Dusty was in, it was like a tremendous beer. And now everything else was tremendous as well. But it was just like, and so now what? He's gone and he misses
it's about time.
Beer.
Yeah.
He misses an amazing beer.
And I just want to say credit to Michael. And I know he didn't do this on purpose, but it was on cue. In which, given Dustin's fumble of the staff meeting the other night with ordering just a perfect amount of pizza, which again, I will reiterate, nothing wrong. Nobody went home without pizza. We all had a slice.
Everyone got to have their slice of pizza.
Or two or three maximum. Mm-hmm. However, when you're ordering pizza for a staff meeting with the company card, mind you, why would you order just 2 larges and 3 mediums when you can just order really however many you want? And then take that pizza, put it in the fridge for the staff the next day, which pizza is your next day food. I mean, that it keeps, it's good, it's great. So credit to Mike for bringing in not just the beer of the week, but saying, hey, brought extras because why not?
Maybe you'd like to try it again.
Like, it's like going to a party with a 6-pack. Well, I've done the math. I'm going to drink exactly 6 beer tonight. And once I'm done these cans, I will be...
It's like going to a party with 4 out of a 6-pack.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, nobody does that. And nobody...
I drank 2 on the way here.
Yeah, so look, I know he's catching strays, and he should be catching strays. That's fine. We'll call him out. Again, he didn't do anything wrong. He ordered the pizza. We all had a slice,
but he
2 or 3.
didn't get it right.
Left me wanting a bit more.
Yeah, that's right.
We all went home and had a snack afterwards because we were still a little hungry.
Yeah. It's like you should have had a bowl of nuts.
Well, and he meant to order wings too, and he's like, "Oh, I just forgot."
Would you like some trail mix?
I had pizza last night. I had from the appetizer before the night before. I went home. It wasn't enough. I needed more pizza in my belly.
See, you weren't satisfied. Like you were, but not overly. Yeah. And that's where Mike showed up with the beer of the week today. He gave us the beer of the week plus an added. And that is the lesson. And that's maybe what we're learning on the show today. It is the wrap now for William Huff. If you want your place to look as good as ours, visit the team, WilliamHuff.com. We need to visit them soon for our pull-ups. The pull-up signs that I take to the Monday and Thursday night football. I lent Dustin for the Subway thing.
I thought you meant the adult undergarment.
He broke it?
So
It's
that's
broke.
good.
Did he break it?
Well, yeah, it's broke now. Like I take care of these things all NFL season long, and so we're gonna have to visit William Huff. But they do great work. They do great work with us. They do great work around the city. In business since 1952. You know they are incredible what they do. WilliamHuff.com. What did we learn on the show today? I will lead off with I learned that Eastern time, and I want to get this right. No.
Not 2 hours behind.
It's 2 hours ahead.
Yeah.
But also time is a construct.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so I was not wrong. I wasn't right, but I wasn't wrong.
It's just gravity, man.
I tried to message Chris about that time thing to apologize. I'll get to him later.
Okay.
But he didn't correct me.
I have a hard time.
You should have jumped in and said, no.
Honestly, I heard you say...
You let me walk off the plank and go right into
and I was like, it's not my place.
Okay.
You're the host. I am but a loyal sidekick at this point.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. What else did we learn, boys? Anything I don't think anything breaking in the sporting world. I know you two, Trev, is keeping you up to date on the updates, but what'd you learn otherwise, I guess, through the show, Will? You've been learning German throughout.
Yeah, I've learned a few German phrases. Kellner is waiter.
Kellner?
Kellner, yeah. Male, the masculine for waiter as well.
Masculine, yes.
Yeah.
I learned, man, it's just
you
funny.
got into the oil stream in a couple of...
I know. No, I was just thinking you're like, correcting, like with Chris, he didn't correct you. I have a hard time correcting people. Like, I never have. Like, I just don't like doing it. I always, like, I know a few weeks ago.
Now, do you not like...
You both let me out to dry here.
We had a few laughs, so when you're like, Barry Zito, and I was like, I think he means Bill Zito.
So we were talking about Bill Zito.
I'm like, I'm not going to correct
Barry Zito down in Florida.
Different
I don't know why I'm thinking of the pitcher. Obviously, I know who Bill Zito is, but you're doing the show. I got 10,000 liners to read, and your mind kind of gets... Yeah,
Bill Zito.
Yeah. Bill Zito, yeah.
Yeah, that's funny.
Back in the old radio days, it was 2 rooms, and we had a talk back button that would only go into the earphones of the host.
So we could communicate.
Yeah, that's what you need.
Yeah.
Like, so then you could be
because
like,
I don't want to...
No, you don't want to shout it over.
But listen, next time you got to call me out on that crap, because I don't
can't
suffer.
do that.
I don't care. Like, I would rather be proven.
Okay.
The nasties catch it anyways. I mean,
That's true.
I'm gonna be figured out.
Yeah, fair enough. I learned that our nasties, our good old nasties, are not...
Yeah.
They're not the biggest fans of MGK. That's what I learned.
And you also learned that the Elks game starts at 8:30 tonight. We both had an issue at time.
Speaking of time,
what are you gonna do?
That's what I learned.
Early in my broadcasting days, I hosted a different show, and the host could never be on clock. And so the only thing I ever did was just constantly into the talkback. We're now 3 minutes past the break. We're 5 minutes over. We are 8 minutes over.
I would also produce for a fill-in host at times where he was also awful with the clock. You've had Gabe Locks on now for 15 minutes. We have to get to a news update here. We're all trying, and it takes a village. And you, the listener, and the viewer. Whenever we do anything wrong, please don't hesitate to correct this.
We'd go into break, and the host would come in and be like, "So, how much over are we?" I'm like, "Well, I'm combining 3 commercial breaks now, so we now have a 12-minute commercial break because you blew through 3 different sets."
Yeah, and the listeners just love that, do they not?
The 12-minute commercial break was good radio.
Oh yeah, that's what you want. Text of the day. It's for Royal Pizza. If you are looking at entertaining this weekend, go to Royal Pizza. Order more than you might require. It's always a good practice here. It's going to Vance Van Vandervan. He took it pillar to post 648. It's a good thing Bouchard is a never nude because he got undressed repeatedly yesterday. And I go to this because it is an Arrested Development tie-in.
Yeah.
To which Dusty's never seen it. So I can't, whenever I have a joke regarding, he doesn't, I do it for myself. But
not just Arrested Development, but also a Zach Braff tie-in as well.
Okay, sure. Yeah, we'll take it
Think
there.
about that.
Vance Van Vandervan, you're off to Royal Pizza, man. You win text of the day today. Sound of the day. We got a couple minutes here. I'm going to run this back. The Club Beatley remix. We also went 30-0 for Kind of Easy Trivia today. Golf Pro Trav was the guy?
Yes, sir.
He took us to 30-0. He also unlocked a Club Beat Loop remix from The Vault. And if you missed it, here it is.
Unbelievable.
I'm going to step in and take over the coaching duties of the team. Whoa. I mean, there's blood all over my hands in this too as well because I put the lineup together.
Ansel back to pass.
You know what? I saw it in his eyes.
5 days of isolation.
Talks a little junk coming back.
5 yards deep in the living room.
Bette Midler is going to be in the park today.
Kessel in again. Scores again. Adam Pac-Man Jones. Nugent Hopkins scores.
I love it.
Craig's on it.
You need to be patient. It's going to be Craig McTavish. Craig's on it. I know that for sure. Craig's on it. It's kind of like the garbage truck. Craig's on it. Pulling out of your cul-de-sac, it's just kind of. And if anybody's going to find the solution, Craig's on it. It's going to be Craig McTavish. I know that for sure.
Mel Gibson, Michelle Pfeiffer,
Craig McTavish.
Tequila Sunrise, Raul Julia, written and directed by
Todd Nelson.
Matt T behind the bench, genius. You know what? I saw it in his eyes. This is when you see the results.
I put the lineup together in the roster.
Craig's on it.
Whoa.
There you go. And again, we didn't spend a lot of time on the Oilers' loss. Of course, they're back in action tomorrow and Sunday. Devils and Red Wings back to back. But
that is the ultimate things could be worse club beat loop.
The timing couldn't be more perfect because if you think it's bad now, you do not remember the time.
And if you're trying to figure out what moment in time that was after Dallas Eakins had been fired.
Words, yeah.
But they still brought him out to talk to the media after he'd been fired.
Yeah.
And all he had to say was, Craig's on it.
Craig's on it. Craig Zonic. Listen, Hangout's coming up next. We are out of time. Thank you to Wil Fraser filling in. Dustin Nielsen's got the call tonight. Elks, Lions.
That's good.
8:30. Riders, Bombers, obviously kicking off the doubleheader across the TSN network tonight. Want to thank our guests, Chris Johnston, TSN The Athletic, Mike Garafolo from the NFL Network, providing their expertise. The Italian Center.
Mike.
We will get to Golf Pro Trav, 30-0 in the 95.7 Cruise FM Kind of Easy Trivia era. And yes, Will, as you mentioned, Michael Evans, he was a great guest, great beers, and he brought in more than we required, which is always a good rule of thumb. Also want to thank our presenting sponsor on the show, Weiss Johnson.
Whoa.
Edmonton's Trade Home Comfort Specialist for nearly 50 years. For the month of October, 10% off any new Trane furnace, air conditioner, heat pump installation. Bundle a furnace with an AC or heat pump, you get 25% off the package price. Visit wjsportstalk.com today for more details. Also, the third hour for GD Liquidators. Make them your first call, 780-447-2787. Online, www.gdliquidators.com or 14510 124th Ave. It's going to be a great night once again in sports. Jays, Mariners later on. Dodgers, Brewers, and of course the doubleheader in the CFL. For YouTube Trev, who will be joining you later on the Oil Stream alongside Tom Gazzola, Wil Fraser, and for Dustin Nielsen, I'm Lieutenant Eric. Have a great weekend. Hangouts coming up next. Keep it locked on the YouTube autoplay. It'll take you right over. We love you.